but otherwise sounds like a bunch of big old excuses. Anyway, welcome to the Longsword Tournament in South Jersey, Lindenwold. So glad to be here. It's promising to be a fantastic event, and I'm really excited, mostly because it's not going to be myself talking to myself. For a nice change event, I have Sam Vacation Jensen with me here on the broadcast booth. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Enjoying this October weather. Hell of weather for a fight.
It really is. Like I was afraid I was gonna sit in here for 2 hours. I was gonna be freezing my ass off, but looks like it's gonna be a good night. Nice and clear. No possibility for rain, so that's always good for me.
So real quick, I just want to point out, I think this is round 4. I think they tied that last set. This is 4th round for John and Damien.
Yeah, perfect. So that is John and Damien. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's John on the right and Damien on the left.
Yes.
So, again, thank you for joining us. That first one, unfortunately, you did miss one fight. It's going to be Mikey and
new guy Charlie.
Yeah, new guy Charlie. Put up a good fight, but
he did a fantastic job for the guy. He really did. He kept up the aggression. He looked like he was having a little trouble breathing there at the end. But that's standard new guy problems.
Especially when you're going against Mikey, one of the best on the East Coast. But it looks like in front of us, John's put up a pretty good fight. He's been here in New Jersey before. He won a night fight he had, but he's putting some butt. Putting that head down like that just leaves you open for so many attacks.
Well, John's issue seems to be in this last round, his losing energy. And he's coming in with big strikes like that, but a lot of his strikes, if you'll notice, aren't connecting fully, like that one right there.
Exactly. He did a good job there. He did a little bit of a feint trying to bait that, defense in from Damien, but I don't think that's going to be enough for John. That putting his head down, I think that might have been what lost him the round there.
We'll see. Both of these fighters are exhausted at this point. You can see it in their stances right now. You can see it in the way they're acting. And I think it really could go either way. Yeah,
well, speaking of going either way, it's already usually these rounds, usually over in about 2 or 3 rounds. Once you win 2 rounds, they'll tell you to pop helmets, just like we're seeing right now. But if you do not win 2 solid rounds, they go for a while. And it looks like Damien won it. Good fight to both those guys. But catching you guys back up to speed, let's go ahead and explain what we got going on here. So this is, like we said, a longsword tournament. There's going to be a bracket of fighters that, unfortunately, we're having some technical difficulties, but we'll be trying to get you that bracket live, but that may not be possible looking at my current setup. But either way, it's going to be a bracket. It won't be single elimination. There will be a loser's pool, so once you see your favorite fighter eliminated, it will not be the last time you see them. But just looking at this initial roster, Sam, there's got to be some people that you're really excited about. So who would you say are some ones you really need to look to take it all?
I mean, Mikey Johnson, obviously, is probably the -- pick, but Mike Lewich as well. He brings a lot of experience to the table. He's been doing this for a long time, in steel and out of steel, and really just has a wealth of knowledge that I don't think can be discounted. Longsword is a very technical aspect of our sport, and when it comes down to it, knowing where and how to place your strikes is just as important as how many strikes you can place.
And especially, for some of the people that have been along a little bit longer, they know that it's kind of hard to find something that really has a direct, skill set that cross over. Mike Lewich has been doing SCA for about 25 years or so, and in these longsword tournaments, you really see those SCA guys really kind of settle in their comfort zone and really go the distance.
Oh, yeah, no, they shine.
And coming in the list now, we got Marie from the Knights Hall. We got about 3 Knights Hall cats. I think that was the final score we had, 3 of them.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. And did not
we got fighters from Pittsburgh. We got fighters from the DMV. Mm-hmm. We've got fighters from New Hampshire, and we've got fighters from here in New Jersey. Oh, and New York as well.
Yeah, and did you happen to catch the one on the right, who that was?
I believe that was Alejandro.
Ah, it's Alejandro.
Yeah. It was
Alejandro.
Also someone to watch.
Okay, let's see how this one goes. Marie's been showing a lot of improvement. I'm really excited to see how she does now.
I haven't seen her do longsword before, so it'll be very interesting to see how that Knights Hall training pays off.
Well, already I'm seeing some good initial speed and kit from Alejandro, so this is good. Still sizing each other up. Alejandro trying to land some just poke damage. Marie goes for a feint, doing a little side to side, but Alejandro's able to block that one. So again, they're circling. Alejandro gets a nice hip shot in there. So far Marie's losing the count. Almost looks like she's shadow boxing herself. She needs to put a little bit behind that. But once again, they square up in the middle of the ring. Alejandro looks poised to strike. Taking his time, too, not giving any ground with Marie's advance. The two stand there in the middle. Marie looks like she wants to half sword it. She might be looking for a grapple, but she's got to remember, this is not the Knight's Hall. This is not a night fight. She was getting some weapon strikes in there.
10 seconds.
Yep,
You can really see where the HEMA training is paying off in this fight.
So he's a HEMA guy.
He's taking forms and he's taking stances that are enabling him to make strikes that a standard grip just wouldn't allow you to transition into.
And for some of them that don't exactly know what HEMA is, can you give like a brief description on what that is?
I'm not sure exactly what the acronym is. I know the H stands for historical, and the M stands for martial, and the A stands for arts, but I'm unsure about that E. However, that is...
I think it's electric dance music. It's what those kids are into. It's the historical version of that.
Hedma. Yeah, Skrillex.
Sir
the
Skrillex.
Grandmaster of Hedma.
Oh, man.
Clang. No, it's a sort of trying to revive European-style martial arts, specifically dealing with stuff like the long sword and polearm fighting and a special type of not special, but a different type of wrestling. Ringen, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? So it looks like with round two, did they announce who won that round?
Alex definitely took that first round.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, that was awarded to him, and now we're going into round two.
And I'm going to be kind of curious to see him do stuff moving forward, because he definitely has that movement in armor that you see from a lot of the more experienced guys.
Oh, he's very comfortable with what he's doing right now.
Right there, he's shucking almost like just blowing off the advances of Marie, which is not an easy task. Dancing around, he's really able to see where that opening is and attack pretty quick. This might be one of our dark horse candidates to make it far in this pool.
I would love to see this. I would love to see this guy go far, and I would love to see him go up against. I haven't seen him fight Mikey. I haven't seen him fight Mike Luich, and longsword is a really beautiful thing to watch when it's done well, and I'd love to see it done at that quality.
And right now we're seeing him done really well. He's doing a great job of just keeping the distance and then, throwing her away when she gets too close.
Marie can bring a lot of aggression to the table here, and when she comes through in those bursts and in those flurries, she's really something dangerous.
Yeah, but it looks like maybe a little bit of a tiredness from him. He's going to half sword. Looks like the round is over. And the nice hug.
Sportsmanship.
Oh, such sports, such ship. I ship this match.
I'll ship it.
I'll ship.
There's.
If
it hasn't been shipped already,
so as they get to the center of the ring, looks like we're gonna call it now. Looks like Alejandro with the win.
Good job. That was a good match.
And very good match.
Yeah.
You see, and it's a great amount of speed coming from Alejandro, which
That was nasty. He was looking really good out there.
I'm calling it right now. Him versus either Mike or, both Mikes really. Mike Luich or Mike. Mike or Mike.
Which one, old Mike or young Mike?
Hey, where's Mike at?
I think we've got old Mike in the ring this time. Yeah.
Okay. I'll make you say that a little louder just so he can hear it.
If he can hear me,
yeah,
he can. He's got his helmet on.
You know what? And I made him a promise that I was going to be nice to him this stream.
Well, I didn't make that promise.
You're right.
He knows I love him. He knows I love him.
Fucking Mike and Ike's over here. Fucking Mike and Ike's.
And you might hear occasionally, you'll see the tall gentleman with the flag eventually come in here and jack the microphone.
Don't call him a gentleman. That is Paul the Barbarian Friedel.
That's very true.
No gentleman, sir.
You know what?
He wants to be.
I would say he puts that out, but I know that teddy bear.
So this is Mike Luich versus Mandy, and I know next to nothing about her.
Yes. So the only thing, Mandy's been in about 6 months. She's relatively new. New York does some great work with the longsword. They do a lot of good training, and I'm really pulling for her because I know she's an Eagles fan. So therefore, she has my vote.
Some favoritism going on over here.
I'm not a judge, so I don't have to feign impartiality. Mandy has some nice blows coming in. She's the one with the brass knucks on her gauntlets in that
She would
Griffin.
be a Philly fan with those brass knuckles.
Hey, that's how South Philly does. Don't come down by Wolf Street. But it's a very cautious approach in this early on. But Mike decides to turn it up a little. But, you know, Mandy's not really backing down. It's
No, she's not.
You know, Mike's landing a few extra blows, but really Mandy's staying in there and not making it easy for him.
No. Mike appears to be going for quality over quantity with this. He's making every strike count.
Yeah. Oh, even an audible apology from Mandy. You get a whoop, there it is.
Yeah.
Like you see, folks, this is very lighthearted. There's no team on the line. There's none of that. This is a very lighthearted competition. But, you know, with that, I think Mike took it, but the second round is really Mandy's to take.
Oh, no, absolutely. I certainly wouldn't discount her. I certainly wouldn't count her out. I think she's got a very if she can bring some more aggression, I think is going to be really key going into this next round. Luich is doing a really good job of holding the pace at the rate he wants it to be. He's making every strike count, and you can see he's doing these engagements and he's breaking off and he's waiting for her to come to him.
That's right, yeah. And, you know, one of the things, Mandy, if she really wants to get that second round in, you know, let him throw that flurry and then try and get him on the back end because, you know, he hates it mentioned, but he is up there in age. So once, you know, you really start to expend that gas tank, it can get a little troublesome. Woo! Oh, there goes that dinner.
You know, I'm not sure what his gas tank's like in melees, but I know just from watching him, he's got enough of a gas tank to last all day in duels.
Very true.
He really does. And especially with him setting the pace that he's setting, you know, again, quality over quantity. He's not throwing a ton of blows, but every blow he's throwing is counting.
And it's one of those things we're going to be.
I assume I'm not counting, but I assume that was figure of speech.
And it's one of those things where we're going to be giving strategies all day long, but, you know, anyone from the side can just make an opinion. It's another thing to actually execute it. So if she can execute it, maybe she'll get some points, take that around.
And once again, you're seeing these different stances and these forms from some of these guys who are a little bit more experienced with doing this kind of stuff.
Good footwork coming out from Mandy. She's not really,
no.
You know, she's keeping a good stance, being very reserved, checking, you know, making sure she's set. Getting a little bit of sparks there, too.
There we go.
But Mike just says, fuck you, I am going to chop.
Oh, you heard? Yeah, she's got a bit of that adrenaline going.
Yeah. So we'll see. I could tell that she wants to get in there, but she knows it's dangerous for her, so she's trying to be cautious. Especially after that assault from Michael, it's, you know, you got to think twice about it. But,
no,
you know, there was a good job warding off some, getting some points. You know, now, hard shot on the dome there from Michael. Oh, great change-up on that. When you throw that high and then swing it down low and with that snap, that is complete SEA move, and you see it from Michael done perfectly.
You know, normally when I watch these long sword duels, I kind of go, oh well, I could take that hit. You know, that doesn't really look like it hurts that much. A few of those strikes he was throwing looked like they hurt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get smacked by that.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it hurt. But looks like they're going to be judging right now. We're going to wait for the official word to Pop Helm to see if it's going to come. Maybe Mandy won it. I don't think so, but maybe.
That's not our call to make. That's why we've got the official counters.
Oh, of course. Oh, no, and they're going to the third round.
They're going to the third round. All right.
That might have been I think that first round might have been a tie.
That's fantastic. You know, this is the type of stuff that really makes these tournaments interesting, is when you have stuff, these upsets, these unexpected third rounds happen.
Fighters ready!
Yeah, and, you know, for anyone that says, oh, he's got so much experience, I don't think I can do this. You know, Mandy's 6 months in going against someone that's been doing this for 25 years.
She's
going to the third round.
Her own, I mean.
Yeah, that's why they come out and fight this. Anyone, any day. Let's say Michael, acknowledging the blow, changing up his stance.
He had that little head nod there.
Yeah.
All right, that's one.
He's really throwing some haymakers and really throwing some force behind some of these. I'm going to see if he's going to maybe try and go quicker and not more power.
I'll be interested to see how he tries to return. Woo!
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! And a perfect
little
flip.
circus tumble.
Oh, the circus tumble coming in very nice. Oh, but, you know, he knows he's got to get some points out, so now he's just going to start chopping.
We'll see. Let's see if she can't keep her guard up. You know, I have to restrain myself from yelling out because I've got a mic directly in front of me, but it's really hard to keep this enthusiasm down.
Oh, and for everyone that just heard that, you know, pop in their sorry, earphone users. But, yeah, you're going to hear some pops every once in a while because, you know, I've noticed that every time, specifically you and me get together, it gets very loud, unnecessarily.
It's been commented on by several different people that the volume around Ben Sugarman and Sam Jensen seems to just rise exponentially, and I'm a loud guy in general. I know you are.
Mm-hmm. Affection. It's one of the main points that I love is that you said I am deceivingly loud for the small stature I am.
You are.
And with that, Mandy won that one.
Did she really? I was distracted by your flattery. That's fantastic.
Wow, and let's get a confirmation that was Mandy that just took that one. I thought you.
Yeah.
I thought you raised her hand. Oh.
I raised Mikey's hand.
Oh, okay.
I guess she raised her hand in support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
I saw your hand on it, so I was like, oh, that's an upset. All right, but like we
That's
said,
why
this
we're
will.
not counting. No.
Oh, you never have any of these morons count. No. Maybe say. Well, no, you're going to school for accounting.
They're all still wearing their shoes, so they can't exactly count longsword matches.
Oh,
No.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Math, look, and that type of math is very different. Well, no, it's all addition. Really.
Yeah.
Counting's pretty straightforward.
It
Yeah.
I'm taking counting classes.
Yeah, it's straight. It's like it's easy.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just addition, and you make money for adding.
Math pays
I'm
off.
grossly oversimplifying this.
Welcome to the Nightlife School of Accounting.
Jesus Christ. School accounting with us. Woo.
We've got an actual accountant
Totally.
in the Jew, so we're good.
So I'm standing around talking with my counters, and we're discussing like what kind of blows we like. I'm like, they need to be decent blows, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, guys, can you actually fucking count? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, cool, good job. You're better than 90% of it.
As someone who's been a counter before, I'm familiar with that conversation. Yeah. Can you count? What is 1 + 1? Oh, okay. I think I can do this job.
You know, for everyone that has not come out to an event, you know, we are really not joking. This is how basic it gets.
You know, the swords move very fast.
To be
And
fair,
they're
yes.
shiny
yeah.
and distracting. All right?
And especially when, you know, some of them, when they get up close, who you saw Michael do that, where they get up close and don't even try any defense. It just goes straight swinging. Then, you know, it can get a little difficult to keep track of him.
Oh, yeah.
As you see his smiling face, knowing he's going on in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, going on to the winner's bracket. Oh,
And like we said, there is a winner and loser's bracket, so we will be
is
seeing.
not the worst thing in the world.
We will be seeing Mandy. I think John Hall is
Yeah.
now entering the losers bracket. I think what's his the new guy that
Charlie.
Charlie. I swear.
I mean,
I think I'm just a little bit scared because I saw his mom chase after Kraken for mispronouncing his name. So now I'm not even gonna try it.
yeah, no, I
was gonna take the high road on that one.
I just hope I'm getting these names right. Quite frankly, it's a guesstimate. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Which
I know Marie's name at this point, and I know the Mike's names. That's not hard. Oh, and
yeah.
it looks like we got you can't see it on the camera, but
Yeah,
we've got
no.
a fan coming over and saying hey to some of the fighters as they sit down and take a little bit of a break.
Always a family-friendly, fun time
Yeah.
here, especially with the long. Kids love the longsword.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even
Kids
I love the
Kids
longsword.
love the melees. Kids love
Yeah.
the longsword.
Yeah.
You know, you tell a little boy, little girl that hey, it turns out you can be a knight when you grow up, and they tend to be fans of that.
And
They
then
like to hear that.
and then they find the next event is Simon and a polearm
There
duel,
he
and
is.
it's
wave to the camera, man.
hey, look up, wave to the camera, little man. You're right up there. You want to get a longsword to see if you can smack him around? There you go. Wave hi to all the ones of people tuning in right now.
I think the swords are actually taller than he is at this point.
Arming and longsword. Yep, but looks like there's going to be a little pause in the action right now. There might be resetting some of the things. But For everyone, this is your first time actually on the channel so far, so why don't you give us a little rundown on your background there, Samuel?
Well, I have been in steel fighting since about this time, 2016. Actually, my first fight was actually under you. Ben.
Is this your 3-year anniversary?
Yeah, it's 2019, right? And
yes.
I can add, so that's 3 years.
Yeah. Well, 17 to 18, 18 to 19, so I guess 2 full years. You're on your third year, right?
It was 2016. What did I say?
Oh, 16.
Yeah, 2016. What did I say?
17, my accountant.
Well, I can add. I just might not know what the numbers all look like.
Well, you need
first.
the numbers in front of you. You can't produce the numbers.
No, it's just you can't. What, you got to keep the numbers in your head or something?
You're right.
So well, I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been a proud member of the Atlantic First Swords. I don't even know how many times now. I've fought at national tournaments. I've fought at local tournaments. My specialty tends to be getting in close, grabbing a few different people, and holding them till my buddies can wail on them. I'm a bit of an octopus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm currently based out of Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to my boys down there.
Oh, well, hey, Richmond.
And we've. Hopefully you'll see some of them debut in the next couple months. We're starting to really get the teams together down there.
And that'll be the Ferrymen, correct?
Yes, the Richmond Ferrymen in the ACS and the Richmond Regulators in the ACLW.
The Richmond Regulars. I like it.
Regulators.
Oh, Regulators.
Yeah.
I thought you said the regulars, like
regulate,
like a regular stool sample you take.
Regulate.
Stay regular, you know.
Stay regular. Yeah.
Very important.
The Richmond X-Lax.
You got that good Richmond X-Lax. But
that's how you stay regular.
I think you said we're taking a little more of a break here.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. So everyone at home, this would be a good time if you got to make that run to the fridge, grab a beer. If you want to pop in that K-Pod and make yourself a coffee.
Gotta run to the bathroom because you already had that K-Pod or already had that beer.
Well, and if you do go to the bathroom, make sure to put on your cell phone so we can be with you while you pee.
Exactly.
It's a family affair.
Make sure you're regular.
Yeah, well, make sure you're regular.
Richmond regular.
Welcome to the nightlife.
That's like
I want to make sure you're Richmond
regular.
regular.
Regular with a PBR and a bit of smugness is what that is.
I think so. I think so. A slight meth addiction.
If anyone's watching from Richmond, you'll find that hilarious.
And that's a new team that you've started recently, probably in the past year, correct?
The beginning of the year. I moved down there from D.C. after I was with the D.C. Juggernauts since the beginning. Moved.
Lovely team
briefly,
of the Juggernauts.
Briefly captain of the D.C. team and moved down there to start a new chapter in my life and start a new team. So
awesome. Let's see. Probably going to be getting close to the action. Let's see if we can get an insider scoop on who's going to be fighting.
Hold on 1 sec.
Yeah. So now that we got that going,
I've got the ultimate insider scoop.
Oh, we've got the actual scoop.
Who's fighting next?
The next fight will be John Hall versus Charlie Siebert, the first fight of the losers bracket.
The next I don't know if they got that. We don't have playback on this, but the first fight will be John Hall versus Charlie Siebert, which is the first fight of the losers bracket.
So now with that losers bracket,
I can't see that. I can't read.
Oh.
I can't read. You know.
Oh, they're trying to read. Yeah.
Why are you trying to?
Yeah. So
why are you putting us on the spot?
So Charlie.
Ooh, all right.
Okay.
Probably.
We're going to just call her Mandy Eagles.
I think you were far enough away from the mic no one noticed, but.
But, yeah, it looks like we're going to be going through the losers bracket to see who's going to be advancing because I think at this point it's single elimination. It's still double for everyone in the winners. So then everyone in the winners bracket still has one saving grace. Okay. All right. So now that I understand the basic rules of a bracket, we can continue.
Proud of you.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
you follow sports? Shouldn't you know this by now?
Yeah, but I don't do March Madness, and that's single eliminations. They don't have a loser's bracket. You mess up your one shot, you're done. Unless it's baseball where you have like 7 games. I don't
understand brackets personally.
know.
They're strange and confusing to me.
Let's say I think it's more esports they do the double eliminations. I don't see a lot of it in professional sports.
I watch meme videos about esports. That's my familiarity.
Yeah. I can meme it real good. And it looks like they're helming up and now. So
I know opping is a thing, and I know that is not applicable to our sport.
Opping. Can you please explain to the people at home?
That's the CS:GO like sniper rifle thing.
Ah.
CS:GO is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. For those of you not in the know, you uncool kids who don't follow esports.
And as we affectionately call them, noobs.
Noobs. We got noobs in our sport too, though.
We do.
You know, we've got a few noobs here tonight. And
everyone's a noob at one point in their life.
Yeah. Shockingly, I was a noob once.
Mm-hmm.
You were a noob once.
Oh, yeah.
Paul the Barbarian Friedel was a noob once.
But
you were a noob once.
No.
Yeah, I was a complete noob, and then I pushed over a bunch of guys.
Yeah. It's usually the qualifier to graduate from noob. YouTube. Yeah.
It helps that he is not built like a noob, and I don't think ever has been built like a noob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he
you
just
know what?
walked in front of the camera and blocked the entire view.
Yeah. And
There's so much going on right now, guys. I'm sorry. I'll stay the hell out of the way now.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Nope,
You're a
nothing
handsome
now.
man,
No.
and you deserve to be on camera.
Hell no.
You're a handsome man, Paul.
Oh. And here comes the portion of the tournament where Paul gets bashful, and we need to just pump him up relentlessly.
You know, with Paul, saying he gets bashful really could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
He's either gonna be like that one dwarf from Snow White, or he's actually gonna hit me. It could go either way.
Yeah, and considering the fact that he has hit you in the past, I'm going to say
you
you're
know
going
what?
to catch some hands.
You know what? Getting hit by Paul is a learning experience. You learn to avoid getting hit by Paul.
I think he is one of the few people that we could say that has documented proof that he punched a visor off a helmet.
I wasn't there for that, but that sounds awesome.
You don't need to be. It's on History Channel's Night Live
Oh,
show, which you can
yeah.
check out on historychannel.com.
And Amazon.
And Amazon. Correct. Mikey chiming in there.
We got Charlie Siebert and John Hall.
John on the right, Charlie on the left. So let's see how this goes. And remember, this is now in the territory of, earn your spot to live on.
Yeah.
Extend your guard, John. Don't let him get in.
Oh, it looks like John. Looks like, yeah, John's kind of hesitating a little. He's not really connecting. He's showing a little too much hesitation. And Charlie really seems to be showing that speed.
Charlie's also tanking a lot of those hits. He's not letting him push him back.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, Charlie very much has the mindset of just standing there and semi-rotating and taking it. But John's trying to find those angles on him. But, they're really right now they're going blow for blow with only maybe one or two shots either way.
I told Charlie when he was fighting Mikey before we got the stream going, I told him, I was like, look, don't be afraid of the longsword. It's not going to hurt you. Walk into it if you can. Keep your guard up and walk into it.
And John, with the end there, tried that quick flurry like he saw Mike Lewich do, which, most of those were landing flat, but – or not really flat, but most of them were blocked. We're going to be curious to see how this is scored.
I think I could go either way.
Yeah,
really
honestly, I might even call it a draw. There might be 2 or 3 shots on either side.
We'll see. But again, we are not the official counters.
Yeah, right now the judges look like they're not really reaching a solid decision. I mean, this might end up being a draw.
We'll see.
And we get an update.
You were right. You called it.
Man, it's almost like I've been to a few of these.
It's almost like you know what you're talking about.
I know, man. No, yeah. See, we have some. I apologize for everyone on stream. We don't have too much good, stadium seating, and the peanut gallery sitting right behind us. So you might hear some.
It's a very pretty peanut gallery. We got Michael Johnson offering constructive criticism on Ben's experience and skill level when it comes to counting.
Can we start calling him the Lion in the North? Can
the
we start
Lion
calling
in the
that?
North?
With that mane, can we start saying that?
I just called him cute. I don't want to add any more to his ego.
Lions can't be cute. Hashtag lions are cute.
Hashtag lions are cute.
But getting back to the action, you could tell both of them heard the draw. So, Charlie's definitely trying to step it up. Doing a good job blocking a lot of these shots, too. Oh, but John's going low and collecting points there. And then went high and collected. Charlie losing a bit of his grip, and that might be the difference in this round. I'd go a little bit more passive from John and just really try and, keep his lead. That shot's going to do it, but, yeah, you can see right now he's looking gassed.
Regardless of how this round and this match winds up, neither one of these performances are something you should be embarrassed about or ashamed of. These guys are both doing a heck of a job. John, who's not super experienced, and Charlie, this is his first time out, are really showing that their passion for the sport and how much they really want it.
Yeah.
They're hungry, you can tell.
The will to survive in this tournament is definitely real for both of them. That one I got to give to John on that one. I think he's going to take it. That burst of energy really kind of did him good.
He had some real power hits there.
Yeah, and we're going to turn it over. It looks like the judges are going to announce it, so we'll be with you in 1 minute for the round 2.
Yeah, John.
Yep, looks like it went to John. That real burst of strikes really did it for him.
John really picked it up, and he put it 16-9 on that decision. Like, he really gave it to him. Those down leg chops, though they're not effective for knocking somebody about or anything else like that, but they're good points. Drop that shoulder, push him against the rail, just hammer on his thighs, just mean.
Yep. Did a good job transitioning that upper shot too when he tried to block low. It was great for John. So what would you say is something Charlie really needs to change up in this next round to try and survive?
Quality of strikes. He's getting in close, and he's striking with the bottom of the sword, and those aren't counting. He needs to make the quality of his strikes count more because he's not lacking aggression.
Yeah, and we can definitely see, you can see it a lot in the footwork with these two. Whenever they get tired, the footwork is the first thing that starts to go. They get a little flat-footed, and you can see them both.
Although I will say, I think this is where a lot of that ballroom dancing is paying off for John because he is. Yeah, I'm
Very
watching
true.
His feet now, and he's doing a good. Oh, that was a nice kick.
Speaking of feet, it looked like it went in right in the groin to John.
He didn't connect, but you know what? Good head for it.
It at least shows he's trying to vary up his offense, and he's doing a better job of landing some strikes. Both of these look tired, and he's doing a good job of reserving his gas tank and not just using it needlessly.
Yes, there's those leg strikes again, and it looked like Charlie got wise to it.
Oh. This might be bad. So he went up for a high hit, and it looks like the cross guard might have got in there and hit him. So we're gonna get an update right now. Our head ref, Paul the Barbarian Friedel, checking him out. Could be, and like we said, he's a new fighter. When you get one of those close calls, because looking at his nasal, a cross guard could fit in there. So it could be he got real scared, and I don't blame him.
I don't absolutely blame him either.
Yeah, eyes are one of those things that
Yeah, I believe it was the cross guard. It looks like he just slid right in there. He's still on his feet. He's still communicating with the ref, so he's not dead.
And we're gonna see right now from Paul, see how bad his injury is, to see if he's gonna stop the match. He did give him his sword, so it's a good sign that they're gonna keep going.
It looks like he looks like they're keeping going.
Yeah, so it looks like he just might have got a little scared, but hey, as soon as you feel something go inside your helmet, that's a good point to say stop.
And you can see that spirit from Charlie there, just not backing down.
Yeah, like we said, this is do or die for both of these fighters, and neither one of them wants to die.
There we go. It actually looks like that got his adrenaline going a bit. And he's really, you can see he's picking up the aggression.
Yeah, he really had a hard aggression there. A lot of them seem blocked, but there might have been even these blocks right now, he's getting some good blocks in.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He doesn't look like this is his first time out.
Yeah, no, he really doesn't. He does not look like a first-time fighter.
No.
And just want to make this abundantly clear. John that was not an intentional hit to the eyes.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. That was an accident, and you could see that as soon as Charlie put his weapon down, he put his hands up, John backed off immediately.
Yeah.
He didn't know exactly what was going on, but he knew something was wrong.
Right.
And he responded, and he respected it.
And it looks like this is probably going to be John's round again. Yeah. John Hall advances in the loser's round, stays alive, but it looks like for the first time out, Charlie's got nothing to feel bad about, but tonight his days are done. Thank you, Charlie, for coming out, but that was a great
I thought
fight.
it was double elimination.
That was the loser's
That was
practice. That was the double.
elim. Okay. Yeah, counting's hard, apparently.
Oh, come on. You got to stay rich and regular on me. Come on. That's not leaving any time.
Rich and regular. That's familiar with one number in particular.
Oh, there we go. Looks like Mandy's getting ready. Go, Birds.
got-
Come on, go, Birds.
We got Mandy versus Marie.
Oh, Mandy versus Marie. Oh, this is going to be the women's match to stay alive in this. So it looks like, early on, you're going to be able to see it right now. She's messing with her helm. You're going to see if that affects her a little.
I wouldn't be.
Just hair.
It's just a hair.
It's just hair. Speaking from experience with Mikey, he's definitely gotten the way a few times. But, it's going to be curious to see. Marie in her first fight seemed very aggressive and almost seemed to be pulling a lot of her shots like she's doing some shadow boxing, which I was a little worried about because I see a lot of her training videos where she's training on that her technique on that punching bag. So if she applies a little more force, this might be good.
I think so. I think aggression is going to be the determining factor.
You want to do the shot calling on this one?
Yeah, all right. All right, so we got, there goes Marie in with an early aggressive strike, looking like a bit of pommeling. Mandy's moving that thing around, moving the match around.
Oh. And she's okay. It looks like it just caught under it. Nothing in the eyes.
Nothing in the eye. There we go. Get a little pause. There we go. Keeping the blows coming. Again, there we go. A few strikes with the pommel. Those are absolutely worth points.
And you see something in an experienced fighter. She realized that she was doing something wrong. She heard from her corner shouting at her, and she changed it up.
Yeah, she adjusted her tactics accordingly.
Yeah.
Mandy looks like she's doing a good job of defending from a lot of those strikes, but those pommels are really what's getting through.
Definitely, definitely.
Marie's definitely upped the aggression compared to what her last round.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's what she needs to do. She's naturally an aggressive fighter. That's one of her strengths.
Yep, and especially against the younger fighter, the aggression really pays off.
Yes.
What Mandy really needs to do in this next round, I think, is she's got the defense of trying to keep that distance between the two of them. She needs to find a way to get some offense in.
I think she needs to take that aggression back, and I think she needs to match Marie.
Yeah.
Blow for blow, really. If she is letting any opponent, regardless of who it is, determine the flow of the match like that is never a recipe for success.
Exactly. You hit on it perfectly. Setting the tempo of this match is going to be, something that really is going to be key. So she's got to throw Marie off her game a little.
I agree.
And really all Marie has to do is keep doing what she's doing, and she'll take this next round.
I agree. Taking the initiative early like that can really be key, especially going forward to the next round.
And, we've seen, Marie at the Knights Hall. She's, used to going deep into some fights. So worrying about a gas tank is not something that she should be thinking about right now.
No, regardless of whether or not it's full, she's going to keep fighting.
Oh, yeah.
There's no quit. No quit.
Yeah, she's seasoned. She knows how to reserve a gas tank. So you cannot expect her to slow down the pace at all in this next fight. Like I said, going straight
Again,
in.
those pommeling, that's really what I think is going to take this match for Marie, although it looks like Mandy got in some good strikes there.
Yeah, it looked like Marie was really, unfortunately she's kind of sticking to that night fight mentality of getting in close and wanting to grapple.
Yes.
And it's, watching a lot of her night fights, specifically against Caitlin that she recently had, it really pays off for her. But this is a long sword duel. You can't be going in there trying to grapple a victory.
No, but, if she can keep up that pommeling, I really think that can make the difference.
Yeah, that's the trick. She's got to keep it up, because right now I think Mandy's ahead in points just from trying to, stay outside of her range.
She definitely got some strikes in there. And
she
again,
kept that sword moving.
If she can take that flow back and sort of dictate where Marie's going to go as opposed to the other way around, I think she stands a chance of taking this. Absolutely. I mean, it's not over till it's over. Certainly not between these two.
She's doing a good, if she wants to take this to the next round, she's doing a good job getting there.
Absolutely.
All right. So it looks
Let's
like it's
hope for-
about 45 seconds left on the clock.
It's not about as Marie moving forward. Again, closing in. But the thing about closing in like that, no one's striking. You
And-
can't score points just for hugging it out. And that's where those pommeling, again, really comes into play. And I think that's what's going to make the difference, is seizing on the opportunities that she's creating, fighting the way she feels naturally comfortable fighting. And this is a great example of how to use that night fight mentality and how to transition it well into a duel.
Exactly. So it looks like in these last few seconds here, Marie's going to just stay right in on it. So looking at some of those things from that last round, I think Mandy did a great job of, she's found out what she needs to do. Whenever Marie advances, she needs to just put her sword on her wrist, control that wrist, make sure that they can't advance.
Yeah.
The thing that is really messing with her is she's just getting pushed straight back.
Yeah.
She needs to have some sort of a semblance of where the ring is. Because as soon as she gets pinned against that back side, that's when Marie goes overhead and gets those pommel strikes in.
Absolutely.
So we're going to see if that, when she was backstepping and throw. No, it looks like we have a winner, and I think Marie's going to be taking this one.
I would not be surprised at all. Again, I really think those pommel strikes made the difference. There you go, Marie. I really think those pommel strikes made the difference. The difference in aggression levels and controlling the flow of the fight. That was certainly a lesson. And again, how to transition that night fight mentality into a duel. How to transition that level of aggression into something that is typically dominated by technique.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
You don't need a lot of technique to hit someone in the face with a pommel.
Oh, too
Although
true.
she did a good job of getting herself to the opportunity where that made a difference.
And we want to thank her for coming out, Mandy, from New York, traveling down
absolutely.
here. And with that, she is eliminated. Marie set to advance in the loser's bracket, but switching back to the winner's bracket, we have one of your DC boys coming in, first time fighting, one of Josh's new students.
First time fighting in the United States.
In the United
He is
States.
from
Key difference.
Argentina, I believe. And hopefully he's not too offended if I got that wrong. He's
And on the left, of course, we have Mikey Johnson.
definitely someone to watch, obviously.
The #1 seed in this tournament, so we will see a little bit of a reserved side from Mikey. Definitely getting a feel for how this fighter from DC fights. Damien, that's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it looks like they're going tit for tat in this one. It's a lot of watch the tips of the sword. You can see there's a lot of control going on there.
And Mikey
outside of those flurries.
And Mikey just a master of that, back and forth strike. You saw him; he got 4 easy ones in there for
Ooh, that was nice.
for that one from DC.
It looks like he's. I'll be interested to see what the count is for this one. This looks like if I had to bet, I would bet on Mikey. But that looks good. That
Yeah.
looked really good from
Yeah.
both of them.
Great fight. It's easy to see that this is the winner's bracket. Both those fighters.
Absolutely. They both belong here. 100%. 100%. That is the level of competition that you see from these guys that you have to step into if you want to advance and if you want to get better. And quite frankly, I don't think that's a bad thing. I
So-
think there's a lot to be learned
exactly.
from watching guys like this go at it.
Oh, exactly. And so one thing to keep in mind, watch Mikey as he does it. But a lot of people, they're used to doing the side to side to side, and that's how they get those multiple strikes. When Mikey does it, he'll take that step to the left, step to the right, and kind of change up his positioning so that he can get that next angle and kind of get out of his opponent's view. That's how you tell someone who's truly on that next level of swordplay.
Well, and not presenting a static target to your opponent. Making them having to adjust to you.
Yeah.
Controlling initiative, controlling flow is really, in a melee it's certainly important, but when it's just you out there, when it's on you, you don't have a buddy with an axe coming to free you up.
Oh, exactly.
That's the type of initiative you really need to take if you want to be good at this kind of stuff.
Yep.
And I say that as someone who's not very good at this kind of stuff.
Agreed. I have not actually fought longsword before.
I
now that I think about
fought
it.
once. I really enjoyed it. Is something I think I want to do more of.
I should say I haven't done a steal. I did do some boffer. But with that, we have round 2 started. Didn't get the official word from there, but I would assume that Mikey won that first one. It's a really cheeky first blow there.
That was. I think he did a whole squat.
And Mikey really is one of those guys that you can be at 1,000 different places at once, just within like one stance. But taking their time, and Mikey's got some really good snapshots there, making it really hard for him to block some of those. Doing a good job of keeping that distance too. Oh man.
He's got those head strikes. I think Damian felt that one.
Oh yeah, you can't really hear it on the stream, but if you're here, you could hear.
Oh yeah.
You could hear the shots coming in from Mikey.
Those he felt those, guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately his scorecard felt that as well.
Yes, it did.
And now you see Mikey felt that back of the rail on there, so he took that extra step forward and really kind of reset not only the distance between them, but the distance between that rail.
Yeah.
Something you'll definitely see some veteran fighters take advantage of.
Mikey did a very good job, again, controlling the spacing, controlling the distance of that fight. Damian is bigger than him, and I think if he'd employed similar tactics that Marie had done, he would have experienced better chances of success. Again, getting close, bully him around, hit him in the head with your pommel. You know, it's there. It's a viable targeting thing.
Yeah, and so one thing I'm going to be curious. I think we're going to be heading to another about 10-minute break. No, we're not. We're going to go straight into it.
Oh, so we got Alex versus Michael.
All right, this is going to be a good one.
This should be very interesting to watch. I'll be very interested to see how this one comes through.
And again, this is the winner's bracket, so
it's funny. Mike looks so comfortable and confident in his armor.
Very
true. You can tell he's a veteran just based on the way he holds himself.
Oh, absolutely. And even coming in there right away, that was fast.
Aggression.
And it looks like trading blows, but got caught up on the leg there, but then they just start hacking at the head.
Now, Mike's going to have to watch his balance on this. I'm already seeing his feet going a little wobbly. And this grass is not always the best surface to strike on.
You know, and as a smaller fighter, he's got to, watch out.
There he goes. Oh, and they both go down.
Both go down. And as a – whoa.
A little eager there.
Oh, man, that guy's ready for a street fight there. Don't let him get up.
Alex understands what he needs to do to win this, which is control the aggression and not let Mike Luich determine the flow and pacing. Because if he does, if he's allowed to bring his technique and his experience to bear, that's not something that you can easily counter.
And we see when Mike got frustrated there
a
little, got some major sparks coming out. But something interesting, when Mike Luich got a little frustrated there, he, kind of did a little bit of a rookie move where you put your head down and just kind of charge.
Yeah.
And as a smaller guy, you don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
Take it from me.
You're well aware.
I'm well aware because you punished me on that a few times.
As a larger guy, as I encourage rookies that I'm fighting against to put their heads down and please charge straight at me. I would very much appreciate it. My team would appreciate it.
Have you ever seen a bull charge? Pretty much a little do-si-do.
You know what? Try and get off a slow kick at me while you're at it too.
Yeah.
Like just.
So I'm not really sure who won that one. We missed the official announcement on that.
I think the determining factors, it was going to be that throw and the fact that Alex came down on top of him.
Yeah,
I think is a point.
Well, something to keep in mind: you don't get points from that. This is a duel.
For that. Okay,
this is a duel.
That's right.
So really, that's just kind of for bragging rights at this point. But if I'm Alex and I want to really win this next round, I saw Mike get frustrated whenever I went in close and really put him off his guard. I would just, he wants to keep it, distance. Get up there close, make him want to grapple it, and then do what Marie did with those pommel strikes.
Yeah, he's the bigger fighter. He's got to use his size. Should use his size. And he's no slouch with the technique either, quite frankly.
Yes, both of them are showing great technique. we've seen a lot of those varied shots, but something Alex is doing is going tried and true. Just hammer down, and you'll get 2 or 3 points. Oh, some good shots, but the swords are getting caught up. We're going to see if the ref tries to break it up, but he lets him fight and takes it down.
That was in a night fight. Okay, so one throw like that does count the same as a one clean strike.
Thank you for that clarification. Okay, that works. Okay, so then with that, looks like the advantage is to Alex now. We'll see if Mike can bounce back from this.
Ooh, that was a
solid,
nasty hit. I heard that.
Solid shot to the thigh there.
You know, the other thing, getting thrown like that and getting back up from it takes it out of you.
It really does.
That's something that can really disrupt the flow of a fight.
Especially getting in his eye. You can hear from here the frustration in his voice.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And you could tell, Mike Luch is getting frustrated. This is not the fight he wanted to fight when he came into his longsword.
No, Alex 100 is very much doing a great job of determining that flow and keeping Luch from getting too comfortable. Those short jabs to the head might not be worth points because he's not pommeling, but we're disrupting the flow of the fight.
And with the announcement, it looks like Alex is the winner. That tactic works.
That one handily.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a very good job and shows a great way of how to blend aggression and technique.
Yep, but as we look towards this the losers bracket, we'll call it the redemption bracket. How about that?
I prefer that to losers
bracket. Yeah, you know what? I feel a little dirty
call.
Yeah, they're fighting good.
All right.
But, the new contender now for that redemption bracket is got to go to Mike Luch.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, he might have lost this one, but he's really got a shot to go to the finals now still.
I would not be too happy about having to fight him if I was in the redemption bracket myself.
Yeah, definitely. So I think now every fighter has fought, so now they're going to take about a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
If I got the – yep, he's saying when we return.
About right.
So we'll get that update from him whenever he's back. But just let's run through some of the people that are still alive and are very much still in this. So in the winners bracket, we got Mikey is still someone who's in there. We got Alex still in there. And what's his face? No, Marie's in the losers or in the redemption bracket. Oh, I'm so sorry, Marie. So sorry, Marie.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but
you got to be rude like that.
Yeah, I know.
Redemption bracket.
Redemption. Everyone deserves redemption.
I'm just gonna put this out there. I should have worn socks tonight.
Oh, yeah, you should have. Yeah, you should have.
It stops him from counting, though. I don't know why he'd wear them. Like, he's sitting out here Flintstoning it right now.
It helps me count to 20.
I know, just to 20. I mean, one of those rounds was 22-10.
Well, so far we haven't got you to count to 7 right so far. So I think you could have won with those socks.
It's a good thing the days of the week actually have different names, so you'd be able to figure it out.
Oh, I know.
No, it helps. It helps a lot.
Although
they all end with day.
Yeah. We're all too close to the end today. I don't know what to do. So
it's super good.
That was one of the meaner rounds, and Michael Luch is no slouch when it comes to longsword.
Yeah.
His block just wasn't high enough, and he wasn't rolling the block out nearly enough. When we go into these fights and everything like that, you can just see it that if you don't put that little turn on your block to pull it out a little bit more, he's gonna hit you. He's gonna ding you in the head every damn time. Mikey knows that. So, but Alex is just aggressive and he's gonna hit you.
It was nasty to watch. It was really fantastic.
Great match, and especially that aggression coming out from Alex. You could hear the frustration from Mike. That definitely threw him off.
I can't wait to watch Mikey and him fight. Oh my God, that's gonna be fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
And that's as Ben called it at the beginning of the a dark horse candidate.
Yeah, dark horse candidate.
Family friendly?
I mean,
slightly family. No, you're pretty family friendly. I can be family friendly
well,
if I'm like informed if I need to be family friendly. Like I can change that. I have a business persona and I'm the barbarian.
I've been working retail again, so I say things like, "Oh, what the heck?"
Here, I'll put it this way.
Working retail, he just wants to gouge out his own eyes, right?
Well, my eyes some days.
So I don't. Curse words, you can curse. This is America. You can say whatever you want. I don't like you getting.
I'm
too
sorry.
sexual.
I thought this was America.
I'm sorry.
Thought this was America.
Oh, America.
Hey, real quick. I wanna get a new fighter over here.
Yeah. Come on over. Yeah. Have a seat. Step into the mic.
Scoot over a little bit.
get this situated here.
So state your name for the stream and just tell us a little bit about how
And
you
do
feel
it a little
about your
closer into
first
the
fight
mic.
like that.
Well, it's
Lean
me.
in there. Get close, boys.
It's me, Charlie. Charlie Siebert. That being my first 2 fights, that was definitely something. The biggest thing I know I got to work on is my stamina for sure.
And-
but it was a lot of fun.
And you
without
said,
a
how long have you been doing the steel fighting,
I've always had
including like training?
I've always had an interest with it ever since I was real little because my dad used to do this kind of fighting.
Yeah.
And then it's only maybe been about a year when I started to really get into it, and then I ended up fighting the Rhinos to join an actual group.
There you go.
And I started rolling from there, and
That's a
now
good
I'm
team
here
to
at my
fight
first
with.
tournament.
Gotta love them Rhinos.
So aside from working on your stamina and your endurance, which is something that everyone
yeah.
needs to work on.
Talk to someone 20 years into
Yeah,
this, and they will
right.
still say, "Oh man, my cardio, man."
What was your takeaway from that? What do you think you did right? What do you think you did wrong?
I don't know how much I actually did right because I know there's always a lot to work on, a lot to think about and to get better with. I know after that first round, the one tip I was given was to breathe. And I didn't really think about how I was, every time I went to strike or block, I wasn't breathing. I was holding my breath. That second one I went into with a real strong thought of just make sure you breathe, and it just felt so much better doing that. And it gave me the ability to actually block and move more, move a little cleaner, I guess.
Now, what happened with did the cross guard go in your eye slot? What happened there?
So we ended up getting real close, and I felt it go through the helmet and just hit me right in the head.
Oh.
And there's a little bump, but I didn't.
Oh,
just the shock of it, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that
that is a
sucks.
wild.
Let's.
That's what we assumed happened. Again, when something comes in the helmet like that,
I was
that's,
like,
no, you kind of go, it's not supposed to be there.
And especially for like when you go home and so everyone likes to say, "Oh, I'm so tough, I'm so tough."
Wait.
Everyone's tough until they get like cross guard and something in the helmet. No one's tough then. Yeah.
there's a little bump, but it's
Yeah.
nothing to.
Yeah.
You're alive. We
Yeah, I'm
figured
still
out very
good.
quickly you were still alive, so we assumed you were fine. But yeah, dude, good job.
Thank you.
You didn't look like a first-time longsword fighter.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It was very good fight.
Obviously,
you.
the training's been paying off.
Yeah,
but
and
yeah,
it's
just-
definitely going to continue too.
Yeah, no, you keep at it. I think you've
For
got
sure.
a good future ahead of you in this.
Thank
so.
you.
And
Thank you so much.
and you are fighting for the Rhinos?
I am, yeah.
Ooh, my boy. Here's the true question. Eagles fan.
Yeah, not too
Get
much.
out.
Not too-
Get out. Get out of my stream.
Oh man! All right, thank you very much, man. Get some
Thank you.
water.
Yeah,
Sit,
yeah.
Take a seat.
Yeah. So we'll get this situated. We're doing a little bit of a janky setup here.
Are we
Almost-
doing-
are we
are we
vloggers now?
Are we
Are we vloggers now?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's
Oh, my
almost
God.
romantic. Oh.
We're so cute.
Oh.
Look at this.
Hey there. Yeah, so
goodness.
looks like this might be one of the final times we have a break in this competition. I think
we're coming down to the end of it.
Yeah.
We're coming down to the end of it.
yeah, it's been a good night so far, of longsword action.
I would absolutely agree. I think the competition here, especially, not especially, but even from some of the newer fighters, it's really been something to watch, and I think can attest to a raising of quality of fighting in this sport as a whole. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Look, getting in the
See, and that's what Mike
You
does
wanna-
for.
you
Yeah, come
wanna
on in,
come
come on in.
in?
Yeah,
Wanna
sit
bring
down,
your
sit down,
expertise?
sit down. We're gonna have a little impromptu.
We got a break.
Have a seat, bud. Have a
break.
seat.
And my
Like
mouth
Yeah.
hurts.
I got another fight in like
Oh,
5
who are you
minutes.
fighting?
I don't know.
Oh,
You?
you're fighting
I'm
John
fighting
Hall.
him.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be a good
That'll
one.
be a good one. Yeah.
All right. So
All right, you don't have to sit if you don't want.
Oh, I
You
wanna
got-
sit,
you got
I just
better
don't wanna-
shit to do. I get it.
I
That's
got
fine.
stuff to do, man. I gotta hit him.
all right.
Nothing personal. That's the whole point.
So
you know?
talking about this next fight you got coming up, you're now in the redemption bracket. It's it's do or die.
Not the losers.
What?
bracket,
Yeah,
redemption.
redemption. No one's a loser here, except the losers. But
Well, you're not a
what
loser
it-
until you're all the way out.
yeah.
I
So
still have a chance.
very true. So what are some of the things you're going to be looking to try and correct from that previous fight? Kind of change up
Not
in your
hitting
game.
the other guy more. I'm not saying it with him standing there.
Yeah. Well, we heard you got a little frustrated during that last one, so
That last one was tough.
yeah.
He got me on my back foot, and I never really got a chance to reset. And he kept bringing it to me and kept pushing and pushing, and just
Yeah.
never gave me a chance.
Yeah.
It was really good. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not happy that I lost it, but I don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
You know,
nor
losing
should
a
you.
good
That was
fight is. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
No.
that was a good fight. You
Yeah.
should not feel bad about that one
No.
at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's actually it's been quite. I mentioned earlier, you look so comfortable in your armor. You look so at home doing this stuff. I mean, it's really your experience is on full display when we
Thank
see
you.
you out
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I've been doing this for about, I think it's 28 years now. I started fighting in the SCA in 1992.
That is almost as long as I've been alive.
I
That's
was
fantastic.
1 year old.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, make me feel like the old guy in the field. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I am too. But
Well, you're not fighting like it. You are
Yeah.
certainly not fighting like an old fart.
well, I mean, you learn over the years. You learn a lot about energy conservation. You know, we all kind of laugh. The whole point of the game is to get up on points and then just ride it out.
Yeah.
I don't care how
We
old you
laugh,
are,
but
you need
that's a
lot of stamina
tactic.
to do
Yeah.
that. Hey, it's always my tactic in this is to try and get up, and then just kind of hang out there.
Stay alive,
You know,
man.
my first fight against Mandy, was that her?
Yeah.
I get hit in the head a lot, so
Yeah.
forgive me if I forget names. Against Mandy, that she let me fight. She let me do my fight.
Yeah.
So I got up my couple points. I disagreed with the judging, the counters on the first one, but felt like I got up my
Yeah.
couple points, and I was like, all right, I'll wait here. I feel like I'm winning. I'm gonna stay. I'm just gonna hang, and she let me.
Yeah.
And that was her, you know. And you know, we talked about that afterwards, so I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
She let you fight the fight you wanted to fight.
Never let your opponent fight their fight.
But that
Yeah.
being said, I was surprised. You know, it went to 3 rounds, and this is her first fight. Been training like 6 months. So, and we were saying for everyone at home, just because someone's been doing it a while, that's why they show up to fight any day, any fighter.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I was the one who lost that fight, that first round, because I played too conservatively.
Right.
I didn't know what the counters were looking for at that point, so I played it like really conservatively. After you saw after I went, oh, they didn't like what I did that first round. Okay, I'll change
You
it.
changed it.
We
You
saw it
got
after
aggressive.
that round, and then for the entire night, the rest of the rounds, you were aggressive as hell.
He's
I
got
gotta
a
run.
fight to get ready for.
Because
you.
they're
Yeah.
gonna be mad at me if I'm not ready, even if I'm with the pretty people.
Thanks for stopping.
Oh. All right, we're going to turn you around now that we got some action coming our way so far. Get you back up here in our janky world of nightlife. So, as we get ready, as we screw this in. All right.
It's almost like it's work or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep.
get your heart rate going.
It's like we said, one of the first probably redemption matches we're going to see is that John versus Mike, and that's one to look forward to. We got
You forgot
Marie.
his name already. He was just over here, man. Come on.
Or we're going to see who Marie's going to be fighting. That's going to be another good one to watch out for. Actually, I wonder I think because each bracket has 3 apiece now, I think. Because I think there was 3 fights that just happened.
Counting's
so.
hard, so.
Yeah, especially, you know, and I'll even say this was my bad. I did not actually get a chance to get paper before, you know. Now I can actually blame the wife. Be like,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Oh, so mushy.
Feelings are gross.
I came here for steel fighting. No.
Ugh. I'm all about violence and bloodshed. This mushy feeling stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everyone has it. But looks like about 2 minutes. 2 minutes coming out. And want to give a quick shout out to the Lindenwold Moose Lodge, who, you know, time and time again becomes a great place to see some steel fighting. You know, on a Saturday night, not exactly a warm Saturday night.
No, I should have worn socks.
But but still, we have a crowd out here that's willing to sit out in this relative cold and, you know, see this amazing fighting that's going on. So big props to them.
You know, the Lindenwold Moose Lodge has been a fantastic host to steel fighting.
Yes.
They've since we started having events here, they've been consistent. They've been supportive, and you know, regardless of who you are, fighting for an audience, fighting for a crowd, is such a wonderful feeling.
Oh yeah.
And being able to have a venue consistently where you can even have, if it's 20, 15 people, even having a few people like that really makes a difference, and is not the reason we do it, but it's one of the reasons we stay in it.
When you get that impressive shot, you hear the roar of the crowd. I don't
nothing
care how
else.
humble you
Nothing
are.
else.
Oh, it gets you pumped up like there is no comparison.
And when
to
they
it.
start, or when you're losing and the crowd starts rooting for the underdog, that's really something special.
Oh, is that a little dig because that's what the Rhinos hear a lot?
Yeah.
Is that something I can relate to? All right, I see where you're at, and for that, I raise you a fuck you.
You're from Philly, fucking Philly. No one likes you.
We don't care. That's right, channeling a little Jason Kelsey.
There you
He
go.
said he's too old. He said he's too slow. Oh, that was a great year.
To be fair with you guys, it's mostly too small.
Yes, the Rhinos are very.
You are not. Although that's
as we get our
change.
resident
That's
Giants
starting
sitting next to us,
change.
yeah.
All right, so let's see how Luich tries to control the flow of this fight.
Yep. And, this is going to be one of those ones, I think Mike needs to press that advantage.
And John is not committing to those strikes, it looks like. And Luch is determined to get out of this bracket. You can tell. He's not happy with himself for the way he performed in that last fight, and I think wants another shot. So it looks like John's learning a bit from what Marie's been doing and is really pushing that aggression, trying to push his size.
Yeah, but like Mike said, it's a game of kind of finding out when you're ahead and staying there. He kind of knows he's ahead, but now, he jarred that sword loose, and now he got some points. So Mike Luich needs to get some points real quick.
Ooh, that was nice. That was a nice push off an account. There we go.
There's a few points.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Luich
might be starting to hurt a little. That was we're going to have one of our staff go in there and check him out. Looks like Paul will go in there, see what's going on. But he got his sword caught, and then, he was, what's his face? Paul was, not Paul, sorry. John.
John Hall.
John Hall. But he was really to get in there and get some solid thigh shots.
Yeah, he was. And he took advantage of it. I'd be interested to see if one of those hit a little badly or hit a little strongly.
Yeah.
Or if he's just feeling it.
Because typically these longswords are not the brute force weapons that really do some damage.
No.
But, no matter how hard you swing something, if you swing hard enough, it'll hurt.
It's still just a springy piece of metal.
At the end of the day, it's steel.
Yeah.
But we see him on his feet.
Oh, yeah. He's gotten up. He's good. Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably got a little winded there.
Yep.
He probably took a few hits that really took it out of him.
Yeah, that's definitely my leading theory right now.
Yep. It's I just heard him. He's starting to get winded.
And we're going to keep an ear out. The judges are deliberating now. I'm curious who won this round. I think that last 10 seconds put John over the edge.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, it does.
Oh, wow.
That getting that sword caught up was, I think, probably what sold the round.
Yep, that's exactly it. But John's got to stay alive now because Mike is going to be angry and he's gonna swing.
John knows it. Yeah, there he goes.
Yep. Yep.
Although
Mike knows
as
desperate.
Much as he was pushing him around, there he goes.
Yep, there he goes. Oh! Yep, so it looks like, John Hall really was in the dominant position in that throw.
Yeah, he was.
But since they both had their knees go down, none of them got points. But it looks like Mike's taking his helmet off, and something might be wrong in that throw.
He might have landed. I think he just got winded.
Yeah, it's they're calling for the medic right now, and they're trying to help him up, but I think something might have got twisted in that fall.
Let's see. He's walking off.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So now, sorry for a little bit of a silence there. We're finding out what's going on, but essentially it looks like Mike either got hurt or winded. He's right now kneeling behind his armor box, really gasping for air. So he's something's wrong with him right
You
now.
know, those throws, when you impact, you've
Yeah.
got so much extra weight on you that it can really knock the wind out of you if you're not ready for it. Or if you just hit flat like a pancake.
Yeah,
You know?
and props to John. He saw when the sword got caught. He saw those like slight openings, racked up 3 or 4 points when it happened.
Yeah, he did.
And that's what turned the tide from that early aggression from Mike.
Yeah,
so it
it
looks
did.
like we might have an update on what's going on with Mike.
So, Mike Lewis took a couple real bangers in that one. He took that big fall at the end, just kind of took it out of him.
Yep.
The other fighter's weight fell on top of him. John just kind of pushed him around, gave him what for. I can't argue with it at all. Mike put it out there, so he's going to take a minute, see if he can bring it back together.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the update from Paul, who's head reffing for this event, and just exited conversation with Mike. So we'll see how that shapes up.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious to see how it goes because he said, we'll see that he was like almost thinking like he's going to go back into the ring.
I'm not certain. I'm not certain.
Yeah, it's kind of the impression I got. That could be wrong.
Although,
but
Paul looks to be demonstrating proper striking technique on Eric over there, one of our counters. They can't see you over there. No one cares who you are.
It's the modified Cena approach to it, I guess. Can't see me. Some middle fingers.
Ooh, all right.
But
who
it
we
looks
got? We
like
got-
Marie's entering the list right now with Alejandro.
No,
or is that Damian?
Damien. I don't know how
Damien,
you say that.
yeah.
There's a right way to say it, and I'm pretty sure we've said it wrong a few times now.
Well, they didn't pay us to get it right. They said they paid us to say it loud.
I actually spent money to get here, so I'll say it how I want.
Oh, very true.
Oh, hey.
Yep. We're joined here by the current #1 seed, Mikey, as he's checking out the action.
Let's be real, that Alex guy's going to throw me for a loop.
But
Here
good
you go.
aggression, outright, some good neck shots in there, put him ahead. So
Shoulder.
Shoulder shots,
oh,
yeah.
shoulder.
Because
Excuse me.
no, you gotta. He's not being
Yeah.
mean at all. He's
I'm
taking
sorry.
advantage of it.
Collarbone. Excuse me. My MD is still in the mail. But it looks like we have an armor failure coming in from Damien.
Oh, what
They
is
didn't
that?
close his helmet.
Ah, wonderful.
Gotta love it when that
almost
happens.
like we're not professionals or something.
I mean, some people are.
Some people aren't professionals.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we're gonna be getting this spun back up. And it looks like Marie is set, and now Damien is set.
And here we go. Let's see.
Much more
Now,
caution
he's got
approach now.
significant size on her, but if she can pull that same aggression off that she did earlier and really make advantage of the pummeling, I think she can take it.
But we saw the size disparity once go on when you try and close that gap, so
Yeah.
it's going to be curious to see if she can still get it done. You know, it's not impossible.
No,
it's just not favorable.
It's no, it's not.
And with this, they're trading blows. Hard to tell really who's ahead. A lot of those chops seem to be blocked coming in from Damien, but that one
Yeah.
seemed to land.
That, it sounded like it did, certainly.
Yeah, but with that, looks like that last one probably won't count. And with that, I don't know what you saw on that one, but I think that one might be a draw.
I'm not sure. It really depends on how many of those early strikes that Marie got in that the counters are counting.
Yeah, definitely would say that would be the case. And it looks like Mike's out of armor right now. He's walking around, so luckily he's not injured.
That's always fantastic news.
But really was a great fight that they had. That was another quality longsword match in the redemption bracket.
You know, that you could see that John learned from some of his earlier mistakes and really took the opportunity to correct some things that he could have been doing better all along.
And you know,
specifically his aggression and his commitment to his strikes.
And for anyone that is curious about his training regimen, he the back tonight. I don't know how to exactly spell, but if you find him on Facebook, he live streams a lot of his training, and I know you would appreciate a few people stopping by. So make sure to find him on Facebook and join the training session.
And he's just a fantastic dude.
He is.
He's
You know,
really
he
nice.
is a fantastic. I like him.
A
lot of those Pittsburgh guys.
He pointed out to me it was around 2 years ago this time that I put my helmet on him and punched him in the face. And that's what really got him hooked into this and let him know he really wanted to do it.
And you got to love anyone that gets hooked by getting punched in the face.
Yeah. There we go.
So some early aggression, not really resulting in a whole lot, a few blows on either side. But, you know, the aggression that Marie wants from those last fights, it's not going to work now.
No.
She's got to win the skill game. And, you know, a lot of her shots she's got to get real snappy with.
Well, those, you know, it's going to be much harder to pommel this guy in the head. He's significantly taller than she is.
Yeah. At the same time, you know, she's lower. So if she wants to try and, you know, get the knees, she can get those low shots. You don't have to swing for the head.
Yeah, and that's something that she is. There we go.
There it is.
She's picking it up. You can hear a little bit of frustration from Marie.
Yeah.
And
You
she
know.
just needs to. There we go. She needs to push. There we go.
Oh. And a little bit of an early stop fight from them. I think they heard it but didn't hear it. But you could tell Marie's getting frustrated. Her sword got caught on one of those strikes. Couldn't really reset.
No.
And really that is a killer when it comes to a lot of these
Well,
strikes.
It'll just completely kill your flow.
Yeah.
It'll completely kill your flow. And you know, when you get your
Yep, and
your
with
pace.
this, and it looks like, yep,
Yes.
Damien is the winner. So in that redemption fight, it looks like now from the Knights Hall, we thank her for coming. It's always great to see her when she comes down to South Jersey.
It's all right, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we appreciate her
Yeah.
making the effort and the
Yeah.
drive. Same with Mike Lewis. They're fine. They're fine.
I guess they're
No,
pretty good.
no.
Yeah.
We appreciate them, and the Knights Hall is a fantastic resource, especially
Yeah.
to have on the East Coast.
Yeah, for anyone in the Northeast, anyone from Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maine, Boston, anyone in that area, you know what? Yeah, fuck you, Boston. Fuck the Patriots. Yeah, that's right. Go Birds. Fuck the Cowboys. But we're gonna
sports ball. Go team. Score the score. Move that ball.
But if you want a team in that area that you can get behind, the Knights Hall is definitely that team for my amazing segues. But they have classes every day. They are one of the premier teams in the ACS. You know, you are not going to get better training if you're in that area. Check out the Knights Hall on Facebook.
So this is going to be the event to watch.
Yes.
This is Mikey versus Alex.
Yes. This could be, you know, really your championship fight. We could see them meet again with Alex or Mikey in the redemption slot.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. And, you know, when high-level fighters like this really meet, the fight moves so fast and so much happens. It seems at once, but that's just the level that they're at. That's how they're processing it. That's the decisions they're making. It's really something extraordinary to watch.
And
I love it.
Yeah, and we, you know, excuse us for not being up with every strike, but these are just fantastic blows. Mikey
there's
seems
a
to
lot
be
of
getting
strikes,
yeah.
and counting is hard.
Yeah, you know, Mikey, you know, seems to be getting a lot of these lower shots, but now Alex knows that he can do that with a nice little leg move from Mikey to deny him of that. But, you know, Alex is doing that great job of just stepping in, getting a nice quick shot, stepping back out. But, you know, this is the one time I do feel bad for the counters because this has been an amazing round, as everyone watching can see right now.
It looked like he almost knocked his sword out of his hand there.
Yeah. With round one in the books, this is going to be an amazing one. And, you know, I'm calling it right now. This is going to be at least 3 or 4 rounds because I guarantee this is a draw.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. This is really something fantastic to watch.
Yeah, if anything, this might have been an eye-opener for the counters to be like, okay, we really got to pay attention now.
Again, I hope they wore socks because it's very distracting, the fact that my feet are so cold.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy about the spooky stuff, but I don't like this time of year generally. I am a warm weather guy. It's Sam Vacation Jensen, not Sam Sweaters and Hot Cocoa Jensen.
You're not vacationing in Aspen?
I am not vacationing at Aspen.
You're not hitting the slopes
I don't
with your
consider
fellow
it a
Yetis?
vacation if your legs make that veet noise when you walk around.
You know, I thought you would have been happy to see your Yeti kind. And what do you mean you don't like these mountains?
So, super difficult to count, but we got it to 19 to 18.
Woo.
I want you to think about how close that is in this kind of fight, fellas.
You know, yeah, we were saying we love to give the counters crap, but they don't have an easy job.
I have no idea what the score was. I mean, I do because, you know, I was just informed, but,
yeah.
you know.
And we'll see real quick.
Hey, who took that round?
Alex took round 1.
Alex took round 1, and keep in mind that Alex was relatively an unknown coming into this, and Mikey is the #1 seed. This is the #1 seed with 1 round down, and needs to win this next round, or else he will find himself in the redemption bracket, where one misstep and you are going back to the Knights Hall empty-handed. So we see very cautious. Mikey has been very cautious. I think he needs to step up the aggression and try and get some real points.
I think, there's some sparks.
There's some great counter shots in that one. I think Mikey now is going to try and do a lot of counter strikes. So he'll block, strike, block, strike.
Again, trying to disrupt the control over the flow that Alex seems so key on taking.
Yeah. Yep. And, great shot to the dome there. Really put a pommel in his face and sent him back.
At the same time, he was taking shots to the thigh. I mean, that's, again, the level. There's no – opportunities are not going unused. Strikes are not being missed.
Yep. We get a stop fight, and with this round down, I think that might have saved Mikey. That might have.
I'm not sure. There were a few. I'll be very interested to see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, this either saved Mikey or was a draw, or maybe he won it. Are they telling him to pop helmet, or no, he's just getting a little bit of breath. But,
he's just catching his breath.
We see Mikey kind of is maybe now respecting the level that Alex has. He is waiting for that first strike and doing the counter striking. You really see him making an effort to block and not just go shot-happy aggression. But it looks like –
okay, so that round went to Mikey with 9-6. Mikey just kept throwing counter blows, and he was going around the block. He was breaking his wrist, raising his pommel, and he's bringing the tip right around the block, and he just landed each one nice and clean. I was counting what was actually hitting Mikey on that one, and the fellas are all counting. I'm like, wow, he barely got hit. It was like 4 or 5 in that, and he only made 9 clean blows. But that was some gnarly fight, fellas.
I tell you, that was a great fight.
That's
great fight.
Again really a high level of skill here, and it could go. I mean, this we're going to a third round, and this could go either way.
Yeah,
this is and this is the artistry inherent in this form of fighting. When you get to this level and these scores get so close, and the technique becomes so important, it's so amazing to watch.
Yeah,
these guys are artists. And their sword is their brush and is their chisel. To see this level, I'm very glad I came out. Yeah. I'm very glad I came out. Get hype.
Yeah, and as Sam cleans himself up, we're going to
get as Paul says, tie so we can watch another fight.
So as we get ready for this third round, a lot of respect from these two as they size each other up.
It's like
they see what going early is going to do to them.
It's like watching an old Kurosawa movie.
Yeah, it really is.
Some Yojimbo, 7 Samurai.
And right now we see a lot of the disengaged strikes coming from Mikey, even with a leg kick in there, a little cheeky.
Yeah.
But right now they're locked in.
It looks like Mikey's taking control of the. Oh.
Yeah, and they're spending a lot of time in this.
Go.
There it is.
That's a throw. That's going to make a huge difference.
And
that might be the deciding factor.
That ate up a lot of time, so you're exactly right. That might be what decides this fight. Mikey needs to get a few more points, but otherwise, he needs to.
Those were some solid hits from Alex at the end there, though.
Yeah.
Unquestionably.
Oh, great little foot move there.
Deep wave.
I could have sworn.
This is really something extraordinary.
I could have swore John was the dancer. I didn't know that Mikey's also dancing. Damn. Hey, really John, you taking him dancing with you? Is that where he learned that? He's learning that in the ballroom? Oh, that was good. That was good.
A dip, a dive, a wave, man.
Yeah. Both of these.
Really a high level. Let's see.
Wow, fighters and centers.
I know. One of them took it. Unquestionably, these two are great sports.
Yeah. So who was that throw enough for Mikey, or did he make the climb back?
19 to 18 points. Mikey wins by 1 point.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say this right now. This will probably not be the last time you see this fight in this tournament.
No, I don't
Alex
think
is
this
going to
is
be
gonna
sent
be
to
the-
the redemption bracket, and if we're taking bets right now, we're going to see that fight one more time.
This is
and I cannot be happier.
The last time you see this fight, I mean, I want to see that fight again. I
Yeah.
want to see these two fight again and again and again because that was really something extraordinary.
And to put this in like a little bit of a broader context too, the only time I've really seen Mikey get brought to that level in a longsword fight was against Ringo.
yeah,
I just got to say, woof.
that was extraordinary.
With a vibrating.
Ah, that was really something special.
Get a nice.
I'm glad we got to experience that.
Oh, and with this next one, it looks like we got Damian again
And
versus
John
John.
Hall. You know, we've got to really make a shout out to the level of stamina and endurance it really takes to keep going at
Yeah.
this, like this. I mean,
And-
these guys, I'm not seeing anyone really slow down.
Yeah, and this is maybe one of the final redemption fights.
I think so.
I think Mikey has secured his spot in the finals now, I
believe
think.
so.
Yeah. So the number 1 seed Mikey is secured, and now we see John and Damian fighting it out to see who is going to be able to fight, really fight Alex for this spot in the finals.
And John got his sword caught in the railing, and Damian got in a few really key strikes.
So, I mean, really, that's the thing to watch out for, just controlling that sword.
Yep.
Yep, and we see a little bit of more aggression from John. He's getting a little flat-footed. I think these fights are really starting to catch up to him.
Everyone's got their limit, and
Yep.
John is he can't quite use his size the same way he could on Mike, on Luich. They're about equally sized. In fact, I think Damian might be a little bigger.
And you saw that last pommel strike in there. Really kind of threw him a little off balance, but we see a lot of the kind of telltale signs that you see from some of the more gassed fighters. You see the footwork starting to get a little slowed. He's putting his head down in a charge. John's got to, dig deep to try and get himself out of this redemption bracket. Otherwise, he enters the loser's bracket.
So we just Mikey Johnson just sat down with us here. I'm going to get a quick question for him. I just want to ask you.
You
how do
sat down.
feel?
You in it
How do
now.
you feel after that last fight?
That was exhausting.
Guess what? He probably has to fight him again.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to meet Alex again at the finals. I don't see him having too many problems going through the losers bracket, especially now that's been whittled down a little bit more. Those guys have even more fights down on them. So we're probably going to see that matchup one more time at least tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Something to really
Are
keep.
you awesome?
Yeah.
And you bring up a good point with some of these guys getting some fights under the belt because these guys have been fighting tooth and nail to get back. They're going to be tired. Alex just fought, so he's going to be tired because, he took him the distance. So, whoever wins this next one, I think Alex still has a clear advantage going to that next one, and we might see you two fight again.
I sincerely hope we do. That was really something special.
But, focusing on this fight we got now, it looks like Damian got a little bit of surge of, aggression back in it.
He's got his second win.
But John is not backing down in it, but he's not landing the amount of strikes that Damian is.
He's got a good defense, and he's committing to his strikes more.
That's true.
There's a clinch, and a strike.
It's good. You saw Damian had good control over his weapon and was able to actually block John on one of those strikes.
Ooh, there it is.
John was able to get some strikes in there. That's where he got his points. Yeah, fight's not over. They're still going. I don't know.
So one thing I'm seeing a lot is John is overcommitting to his strikes. He's striking too hard. And when he goes down, he's not having any upward block, which Damian with his height is leaving him open to get those tap points in.
Exactly.
But the issue I see from Damian is he's not blocking or throwing to the lower half. So John's keeping a nice high guard, which is blocking at least 75% of Damian's shots. So he's wasting a lot of effort there. I think he'd level up really quickly if he started throwing in some low shots.
And with that, we're going to see who actually took this round because this might be the time where we pop helms and see what's going on.
I just want to point out the difference in the level of commentary from more or less an expert over here versus me going, that was really pretty and cool, and I want to see more of it.
You know what? And Damian advances. And as we take a little bit, I want to talk to my color commentator. I'm here to pump you up.
Yeah.
I value your commentary. All right. So you shut the
I
fuck
appre-
up with
I
this, and you have
appreciate
nothing
that.
to
I just
add.
no. I know where I stand with this stuff, and it is as a fan, as an appreciator, certainly not an expert. And I hope to be one day. This is something that holds a lot of interest for me, and something I want to start doing. And
What's that, commentary? Or the longsword?
Both.
Oh, no.
Although I will
Okay,
say,
I'll-
I feel
okay, I'll
confident
just
at the
stay over here.
commentary. I think I'm doing all right.
I'll just stay over here then. No, I don't blame you. I miss being on the list as well.
I know. I've been on a bit of a self-imposed hiatus recently, and I'm happy to announce that I will be back fighting again before the year is out. I'm real excited.
Is this the nightlife where we get exclusive announcements?
This is Sam Swamp Thing Vacation Johnson announcing that I'm back. I will take on all comers. No, I mean I'll take on reasonable comers. I don't know.
Reasonable comers?
Reasonable comers.
You don't want the new ones?
I'll take
You
on
want some Richmond regulars.
Yeah, I want some regulars.
All right, so Damian has to go right back in to fight Alex right now.
Oh.
So I don't know if you heard that, folks, but Damian has to go right back in and fight Alex.
Give him, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so we're going to see if they go right back in. Looks like they're going to be deliberating it now if they actually go back
Paul's
in.
giving them a little bit of a break.
Paul.
We're gonna take a minute break so that Damian can catch his breath and is not just getting,
Decided to give them a 1-minute break before they get back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute break, which is not too long, not insignificant.
But,
enough time to
Alex
cool
has had close to 5. He's been
Yes.
sitting out that past one, but, Damian's got his work
They've
cut
had-
out.
They've had an elongated minute. We're giving them a hot. I'm giving them a hot.
Oh,
minute.
it's a
So
hot minute.
It's a hot minute.
Ooh.
So it's a little extra time.
Ooh,
Okay?
put that shit in the oven. This shit's a hot minute.
It's a fight, man. The double limb tournaments are always rough. Cause you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta fight again. Damn it, I thought I was done.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go get beer.
Especially late in the bracket, it's like there's not other fights to do. It's like, yo, you're up, bud.
This is the fight for third place.
This is the bronze match.
Fight the winner for this.
Yeah, this is the bronze match.
Any kind of wrestling, judo, boxing tournament, like fighting tournament, whatever you want to call it, it requires endurance. Like, this is not just about blowing your load in like 1 or 2 rounds and getting out of the bracket. kind
Very
of thing.
true.
No, this is about an endurance run. So you really got to work that into your strategy. And if you blow it out, you blow it out, guy.
Yeah.
And again, we're really not seeing a lot of degradation in terms of fight quality. They've stayed pretty consistent.
Right.
throughout, I'd
Yeah.
say. I mean,
When
obviously
you get into the
fighters
third
are getting
rounds,
more
of course, you'll
tired.
see some.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, I think they've been training for this, and it's apparent.
Right.
Little
So,
bit of stretching, a
yeah.
little pirouette.
Looks like that was indeed a hot minute.
Yes, it was.
And to be fair, we're still in this hot minute. They haven't started fighting.
No. Oh, here we go.
Oh, but it looks like he's getting them ready. They're meeting in the middle. And it looks like for our bronze medal match.
And this, again, with the level of fighting and commitment that these guys have shown, no one should feel bad about their performance tonight.
But,
obviously, things can be improved on for everybody, but
right now,
everyone's done a hell
Damian's
of a
throwing
job.
more shots. And, some of them are like they're lightly connecting. But, he's getting his and he's really reserving it.
I think
For the amount of fighting he did before this,
yeah,
I'm very impressed with how he's handling this
not,
round.
He's not doing too bad, is he?
And to be fair, Alex needs to step it up. He needs to get aggressive.
Yeah, he does. He might be trying to sort of conserve and make sure he doesn't go too hard.
I think they will get a 10-minute break after this. So
I hope so, for
Yeah.
goodness sakes. And
it looks like they're grappling along the fence, and Damian needs to keep his head up. But he's got locked in.
oh,
It's a
that
shame.
was-
Alex had him in the perfect position to
did.
really take advantage, but he can beat that grapple, but he can't beat the clock.
No. And if he'd done that earlier in the match, I think it would have been a lot more clear.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be interested to see how that one went. It's looking like I think Alex is maybe a little bit more tired than he certainly was at the end of that fight with Mikey. He's breathing heavily. I can see his body posture showing those telltale signs of exhaustion.
Okay.
That was a tie.
Oh, man. You know what? And with every round that passes by, it only helps Alex because Damian now is going, with like 2 minutes in between that last match. But, otherwise, he's running on an empty gas tank as is.
The real winner here, is all of us for getting to watch this level of longsword quality fights.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, really, there wasn't a whole lot of matches that really looked terrible.
I'm going to give myself a special blue ribbon for commentary as well. I think I did a good job.
You know
I think
what?
I'll take first place. I'm going to give myself 10 out of 10.
I would give you that if you consistently talk into the microphone. So I guess I get the gold on that one. You can get the silver. All right.
I like to make eye contact with people.
Yeah.
Screw me.
Here, I'll teach you a pro trick. You just
do the lean.
Yeah, there you go.
Pivot around it. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Pro strats from.
Right. I'll give myself 9 out of 10.
Oh, It's all right because, like I said, I'm just glad I'm not talking to myself anymore. Last time I was here talking to myself for 2.5 hours.
I'm happy to keep you company, but
Aw.
Yeah.
You gonna make me blush. Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
that sounded nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of respect being shown between the two. They really don't want to overcommit and get a lot of points taken away.
Woo!
Alex with a great kick.
Gnarly kick.
Doesn't count for points, but it will definitely throw them off and set you up for something else.
Ooh.
But as we're sitting here joined.
Pommels.
Oh,
yeah,
Alex with some great pommels. Oh, and another great
there it is.
He's just making him eating it now.
That's it.
Looks like he was watching Marie in that one fight. He's realizing that pommel's doing him good.
He definitely took a pay. I mean, that was so effective for Marie.
Damian now has really got to do something spectacular to come back. And I think we see his gas tank starting to empty.
I'm watching. Yeah, there it goes. I'm watching Alex's feet, and he's going for a throw. Can't quite make it, but he traps the sword. He's trying to conserve his energy.
Yep. And you can see,
really
Mikey at that point just wants to, or sorry, not Mikey. We're sitting here joined by, but Alex at that point, he's just like,
Alex scored those points and worked real hard to make sure he kept that lead.
Yeah, and especially grabbing the sword at the end just so he could tie. He knew he was ahead and just wanted to beat out the clock. Good on him.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
14-10. How did y'all feel about that kick?
Looked fine from here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look inside of the thigh, but nothing, not groin. Oh.
Sorry, folks. You're seeing a little bit of a black screen right now. We had a battery die, so doing a quick change because I'm clearly a professional who knows how long his batteries have. Okay. So it looks like we are back in action. So sorry about that, my lovely folks. But there's just been no break in the action. It's just nonstop.
This is some pretty great quality, man. I mean, and you can really see.
You're good to go now. You just watch out for that.
Okay, yeah. So, I'm standing up. I've been sitting for 2 hours, and I'm a little tired of it.
You know what? I'll actually even help you out here a little, get you a little extension.
Oh, you got extra long cord.
Yeah.
This is great color commentary behind the scenes.
Oh, yes. I'm color commentating the color of the commentating.
Oh, yeah, and I'm color commentating the color of the cord, which is black?
Black.
Blick.
This cord is black, Nat. Oh, we like to have fun here. Yeah, no, you're good to go. You're good. So you won't be able to hear yourself for a little, but
some kind of armor or helmet issue going on over in Alex's corner. Not entirely sure what.
All right, let me know if you can hear yourself now.
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Okay, good. All right, good.
Let's see what's going on here.
All right. So it looks like there might be a little bit of an armor issue.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We fixed it. He's getting his helmet back on, and we're ready to go for round 3.
You know what? It was a perfect time to have an armor failure right as I need to change out a battery.
It's fortunate how those things happen sometimes.
Oh, it's just perfect. You know what? Alex, the real MVP on that one.
Alex, the real MVP.
Oh, yeah, do it. As we continue to be moronic.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm operating at the highest of highbrow over here.
Yes, highbrow
Richmond
Yeti
Regulators is classic. Up there with Dostoevsky, which I said totally correctly.
Wow, I'm genuinely impressed.
Thank
you can't
you.
count, but you can speak.
Sometimes.
Oh, gotta love it. All right, so it looks like we are now all set. Got a nice little bit of
wow, they really tied that helmet back together, huh? You
like
can see the
looks like MacGruber cut the red wire on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, showing a lot of respect out of the two. We'll see if he wants to go back to his tactic of pommeling. Very effective.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, quite frankly.
Yeah.
It worked well.
Yeah.
Energy conservation, but it looks like he's just trying to maintain distance and really pick his shots.
Yep. Oh, but good job from Damien getting around it. It was a little trouble resetting, but at least, he was able to not just get pinned and get pummeled.
Right.
Which we saw be so effective last round.
I mean, that cost him the round unquestionably.
Yeah, and now we need to see if he can get.
It's
now
a
is
little bit of the reverse going on.
be able to pommel?
Throwing those pommels. Ooh, and that is a throw with Damien landing in the dominant position. That's going to count against Alex, I believe.
No, unfortunately, both of them went down.
So it counts.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that makes sense.
In night fights, I think they do still do the dominant, but, unfortunately, in the duels, go down, no points.
Obviously, I'm super familiar with the format.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know it either until they said it a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So we'll get the scores for it now. In that last 10 seconds, Damien had Alex in that position where he could have really landed some pommel strikes, but he couldn't get any off.
No.
So I'm going to be curious to see how this is going to be scored.
Yeah.
As we wait for the verdict to come in.
Yeah, it's not doing too bad. Again, really, the quality of fighting here has stayed pretty consistent, although it looks like Alex is starting to show some signs of exhaustion.
Well,
has been showing some signs of exhaustion.
Once you take Mikey to 3 rounds and then go through another great fight like this, I don't blame him at all for being a little tired.
He's got nothing to be ashamed of. He's got nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, and it's one more round.
Oh, boy.
We'll get a confirmation from the judges, but I think it's tied up at 1 apiece now.
Good Lord. And so they're going to give him a 2-minute break before they have to fight again.
Okay, damn. 2-minute break in between these rounds, right? They're just going to fight right now.
I'm not sure. Again, really, the winner here is Mikey because he's just getting
that's really the
coop and catch his breath. He's giving me a thumbs up, big old smile on his face,
almost like he knows it. Oh,
I have to say it's really nice when my top 2 problems for here tonight. Both have to go 4 rounds right before they fight me.
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to be tired to fight me. I love the way this bracket has worked out.
Yeah.
That was Mikey Johnson with his tactical analysis of his prospects for the next round.
So while your opponent is still fighting, and there's no way he can really hear you two yet.
Hold on.
But wait, hold on.
Looks like, Alex is
Damien.
Like
Damien with the win.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex.
Throw this out here. I heard that Alex is sick tonight, so if he was at 100%,
wow,
he probably would have whooped my ass tonight.
Wow.
So
wow.
Alex went that distance while being allegedly sick.
Wow, that is something. That is something.
Scary.
I fought sick,
That's
and it sucks. It sucks.
I'm gonna give Ringo a heads up about him. That's how worried about him I am.
I was actually just telling him the last time I saw Mikey really sweat it was when you guys fought Longsword for that tournament.
I remember that. That was something extraordinary.
Tasty.
Again, that level of skill. 5 minutes.
All right, so it looks like they're getting a 5-minute break in between it, so we don't want to hold you up. So, yeah, don't want to get you prepared. See if we can get Alex over here to see if we can talk about his bronze medal.
So looking at Alex and everything else like that, by the end of that round, he really that fall really took it out of him at that point. And I really can't argue with him. Gauntlet broke, helmet's busted up. It's really rocking.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, not right on it, but you're good. Yeah.
Gotta hold my mouth away. So realistically, when I was standing there talking to him at that end, I was like, "You can either do it. You got to get a helmet on right now." And he's like, "I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it." I looked at the time and I'm like, "Your 15 seconds is over. I can't do it, buddy."
Yep.
And that's realistically the. And when I look in a man's eyes and go, I really don't want to hurt myself. I'm like, I can't argue with you at that point. I've had several moments where I'm like, I don't want to hurt myself. I've then gone into the ring.
Yeah.
It's been a terrible idea. I've gotten hurt. Happens. But you know what? I can't argue with. He put on some serious work tonight. I hope to see him doing more, and I hope to see him and Mikey.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah.
That was some brutal.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We just had Mikey over here saying, he's someone that him and Ringo are gonna have to start to train for, because I don't know if you heard this or not, but apparently he's fighting sick. You hear? Yeah. But we'll see. He's being attended to right now, but we'd love to have Alex come over once he.
Alex is a good fighter, and I can't wait to see more out of this guy. He's doing some serious work.
Oh,
out there
yeah.
and hammering it down.
Yeah, very excited to see a lot out of him, especially relatively new guy.
He's been in it for a bit now, I think, but he's really only started making, I think, waves like this recently.
Yeah, and he's not the guy at it. No, Damien's your guy out of DC. But do you remember where Alex is coming from? New York.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, a New York boy. Okay. Which they have a HEMA. Oh yeah, you were saying he's the one with the HEMA. That's right.
I assumed he knows HEMA. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying a lot of those guys. There's probably a lot of cross training. They all, there's only so much you can talk about.
Exactly.
So I'm sure they got a lot of training advice from each other. Got to train with each other a lot. But looks like he's got a little bit of a fan club over there. So
I mean, I'm
maybe
not
we'll
surprised.
get to him at one of these points.
He did all right.
Yeah. Yeah, great point. Well, you know what? We'll even get a little bit of action as we're don't want to leave you just on an empty ring. Try and show you around. But it looks like that's him getting some tended to right now. Looks like he will be good to go. And say hi to Scarlett right now.
It looks like they fixed his thumb.
Looks like they're trying to fix his thumb. All right, so this final fight we have, it is with Mikey.
Yeah.
It's with Damien.
Yeah.
Damien's the new fighter.
Yeah.
Mikey the veteran. What is your advice to give to Damien to try and win this one out?
Use your size. Use your size. Use it to your advantage. Getting close. Don't let Mikey Johnson dictate the flow of the fight. Don't let him take the control that he wants to take.
Yeah.
If Mikey Johnson can take and hold control of the fights, though, it's as good as over.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Use your size, use your aggression, and bully him around. He's got some serious poundage and some serious height on him.
Yep.
Who are we talking about?
Damien versus.
Oh no, the thing that I think Damien's really missing is the footwork, and sometimes he starts leaning on the other guy when they get in a crunch up, and I'm like, he's just gonna throw you to the ground if he turns to the side, right? He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, guy. Things to remember. Mikey does have a bit of an edge in this, just because we've all seen how Mikey fights this out, and it's gonna be a brutal fight no matter what. I wonder if Damien's just gonna start pushing on him heavy and give Mikey the business. And I'm completely about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might tell Damien, give him the business.
Give him the business.
And I told Mikey, give him the business. So they're both getting the same lines. I'm the most objective human here. I like violence. And I like
objective violence is a great thing.
I also like good skill.
Yes.
And I'm seeing some good skill. I'm seeing some foibles that we have just as steel fighters and regular people coming into the sport and everything else like that. And all of that comes down to pel work. If anybody's watching this and trying to get better at longsword, trying to get better at weapons work, go hit an inanimate object in the backyard, not just something. That'd be terrible. Don't go beat up cows. Not about that. But pel work. I spend an hour a day doing pel work with different weapons and different styles and everything else like that. It is required if you want to try and do some single stuff. And then footwork. Dancing around said pel, moving like you're fighting the pel and moving around and making sure that you have a good meter of your movement to your striking. It is required. It is hard and important to beat into your own head. Most people haven't picked up a sword and swung it around a bunch. So You got to swing around a bunch. Get better at it. I mean, shit, I don't know.
Are you saying practice is important?
Yeah. Get out of here with this. Oh, we need practice.
Practice.
Man, we talk about practice, man. We
No.
talk about practice.
Obviously, what happens is you pick it up after not practicing at all and are just an expert. That's how these guys get so good.
Oh, yeah. It's clearly
Magic.
just all natural talent.
Genie magic and natural talent.
So, for everyone at home, go to your local genie store and pick up a longsword.
Pick up a genie.
Pick up a genie.
I wish I had a local.
Life advice, really.
Yeah, find a genie. There you
Yeah.
go. You heard it here first, folks.
Every fighter who has been knocked out of the tournament. To the list.
Oh,
So it looks like, I don't know what we're doing, but we've got every fighter who's
Everybody who's lost twice. Get in the game.
Are they gonna just say go and then we all fight?
I hope so. I hope that's what they're going to do, John. John just suggested they say go and everyone just start fighting, and I would love that. Look how vascular his arms are.
okay.
Did you know that Damian trains at Ironhide Academy in Leesburg, Virginia? Josh.
Okay.
Damian
All right.
trains at Ironhide Academy in Leesburg, Virginia.
So for any of our watchers or listeners from Virginia, check out Ironhide Academy in Leesburg.
And before we talk about where the possible silver or gold competes, we got everyone, all of our competitors that transitioned from redemption to loser bracket in the list right now. And as they exit, we now make way for our silver and gold competitors.
This is gonna
It's
be
been a long
very
night of
interesting
longsword. It's been a great night of longsword. And now we are down to the final two. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if Mikey ends up loses this fight, he has one more try because then they'll both be in the redemption bracket.
I don't think it's gonna go that way. I don't think that's how the
You're not
tournament's
putting your
gonna
bet
be
that way?
organized. No, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying I don't think that's how the tournament will be organized.
Ah, okay. Well, we
That
shall
seems
see.
Cruel at this point.
If anything, it seems cruel that if Mikey loses it, then he's out. Then it's single elimination for him. Where's his redemption?
I'm not sure.
But in any event, the fighters are both in the list. The gate is locked.
This is
Both
it,
of them
folks.
prepare themselves, and this is what you came here to see. This is the best of the longsword duking it out.
I think I was gonna say I think the crowd's gotten bigger, but that's just because all the fighters went and sat down.
Yeah, it's one way to get a crowd.
Yeah.
All right, and as we go, a healthy amount of respect for both the fighters.
Ooh.
Mikey starts low, but Damian is definitely he knows that he has to land blows, and even if they're not the most fancy blows, he's definitely getting his strikes in.
Yeah, he's certainly not holding back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no point at this point in the night.
Yeah, I mean,
if
this-
you've got
this
any
is it.
energy left, spend it now. Put it all on the line.
Whatever you're saving in your tank is stupid.
Yeah.
You got to burn it now. Mikey gets a nice little counter shot there. And, you know, it's very slow pace. I would have thought Mikey would have tried to press the gas tech advantage on him a lot more.
Well, I think
But you
Mikey,
see it now.
There he goes. I think Mikey also recognizes the size disparity there and doesn't want to get stuck in an untenable
Yeah.
situation.
And it might be a little bit of his experience as well because, we sit here saying, when's he going to take advantage, when's he going to take advantage. But he was waiting until that bad opportunity for Damian came in. He was in a bad position. Then he got aggressive.
And
So
he
sometimes
absolutely did.
aggressive for the sake of aggressive is not the right answer.
I strongly disagree with you, sir, but then again, I would. As
Yeah.
anyone who's fought me would know.
Very fair, very fair. I guess I
used
got
to-
that one coming.
They used to refer to me as Fire and Forget Sam because they wouldn't be sure if I'd be up by the end of the round, but I'd have taken someone with me.
I think Ian Kansky has taken that from you as now he is just fire and fire.
Yes. Yes, he is.
Like a wildfire, there's no telling who's going to get caught in it.
Train Kansky, choo. Ugh.
Yeah.
I hate fighting him. Love the guy. Hate fighting him.
So in this, I think Mikey took that first round. Just from that, it was only and it was the whole time it was even 10 seconds. One wrong move. That's all it took for Mikey to get 4 or 5 points real easy.
Yep.
So it's hard for Damien to bounce back from this. Really the question is, how do you get Mikey to mess up? That's what it's going to come down to.
It's not impossible though.
It definitely isn't impossible.
Any given Sunday, it could be anybody's fight.
So
it's not over till it's over.
So we saw Alex get aggressive, and he was able to do that. I don't think it's Damien's style to get aggressive, but I think he needs to say, screw it, I need to get aggressive. That's how Alex got points.
Yeah, it is. Although I will say I see what Paul is saying about the footwork. There's a little bit of crossover with some of the legs there.
Yes.
It's not as good as it could be. Certainly not the worst footwork I've ever seen. By
Definitely.
a long shot. But it's something that an experienced fighter like Mikey can absolutely take advantage of.
Yeah. Like we said, he is a teacher of longsword at the Knights Hall. He's the #1 seed in this tournament. And, you can easily see why.
It's almost like he knows what he's doing or something.
Almost.
Perhaps. One might think that he has a general idea.
I think that might be a safe assessment.
What to do with the pointy end.
But, at this point, that... Oh, and you could see Damien kind of struggle a little at the end of that round. But Mikey, I think, earned his bread those last 10 seconds.
He 100% took it home. He didn't let up. He's obviously more experienced than his opponent, but he's not taking him lightly.
Yes.
Mikey knows that you've got to push and you've got to respect who you're fighting.
Yes,
and it
absolutely.
looks like they're about to call it. I think
Mikey.
It's a fair assessment to say Mikey Johnson is going to take that gold medal.
Mikey takes the gold medal, never going into the redemption bracket, and Damien has nothing to shy away from. That was a great fight, especially really the journey to get to that silver was really impressive for Damien.
Yeah, he did some serious work and he fought 3 rounds in a row. Like I really want you to think about that. Fighting 3 rounds and really only having 2 or 5 minutes in between the rounds. That's pretty brutal.
And we have we have Mikey taking a little victory lap in the center there. He's
Mikey's
earned it.
No joke about this
saying
kind
it
of
to the
stuff.
fans at home.
I watch video for this stuff every day, like an hour worth of video. And you know what? I watch Mikey fight.
Yep, he's one of the best.
Mikey fights.
That's why he came in as competition as the #1 seed.
Stuff,
it's good. It's tasty.
And you know what? I can't argue with it. It's a very good performance from all the fighters out here tonight. I need to talk to some people, give them a little bit more to work on.
Yeah, just give them that extra tasty little bit.
When I walk up to fighters in between each round, like I usually give them the same lines, like, "Hey, that was really close," or "Hey, you stepped too far," or just little pick-me-ups and everything else like that. Or sometimes I just tell them the score and they giggle. This is like, hey, that was 16-8, bro. Woof. So now we're changing views right now. We're doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little talking with some of the fighters that you've been seeing this whole time. Let's see if we can bring them in.
Oh, now they can see you, Mikey. No, that one's on a delay, but then that one's doing something else.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, man.
Turn that over there. Yeah, a little delay, but it's all synced up on the actual
Mikey,
thing.
as always, doing the real work.
So
man.
let's
I'm
head
not
over
gonna
into
argue
camera
with you at
shot,
all.
and
Look,
then we can.
I don't even think Are you even in camera shot, Ben?
You're not in camera shot, and you're the one talking.
Well, that's like,
why don't you
that's
head
like my whole
little to the right there, a little to the right,
I'll
a
just
little to
bring
the
it
right.
down here for everybody out there.
Yeah, little with the right. All right.
Mike, I'm gonna hand this to you, and then I'm gonna get out of the way because I'm not really a commentator in any way, shape, or form. Like, but I will tell you that I watch an hour of film a day. Half of that is longsword fighting. A quarter of that is your fighting.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna tell you things later.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, take this.
Thank you. All right, so I'm assuming you guys are going to ask me questions because I don't know how to speak.
Actually, here, let's bring it over here so we can get that light out from behind you and we can actually see you. So come on. You want to stay there? All right, then head a little bit to your left. Or yeah, that way. Right. Sorry. All right, you're good to go.
I think I'm like centered.
There you go.
All right.
Good to go.
Hey,
Good
my
to go.
phone, too. Nice.
All right, so Mikey, congratulations. You just took gold. You
Thank
drove
you.
all the way down here, come down from the Knights Hall. You know, what were some of the, kind of shocking moments, or like what were some of the things that really took you off guard with this tournament?
What really took me off guard was Alex. I was not prepared for anything like that coming from him.
Right.
Coming down, I only really knew Luich, Marie, and I kind of knew Mandy. I don't think I've seen her fight before.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else was a complete question to me. I got some info from Josh Carney, who teaches Damien there
Uh-huh.
in D.C. He was telling me that Damien was a big threat, which credit to him, he brought it. But the real loop that threw me tonight was Alex. I was not ready for that first round.
Yeah, definitely.
That's completely outside of my normal game. As you probably saw in the second and third round against him, his cardio fell down, so we played more of the range, tic-tac-toe type of snipe shots, get in and out, which is definitely more my type of game. I do the technique, I stay outside, you come in for a grapple, I push off, I throw a shot.
Right, yeah. We were saying kind of one of the things that we were noticing a lot from you is that you were very selective of when you're going to ramp it up. We see a lot of people get aggressive just, from the start of it and just stay aggressive. You really know when to kind of turn it up and exploit when someone's in a bad position. So would you say that's kind of one of your main things you kind of look for when you're in the ring?
Definitely. One of my main things is that I'm a counter puncher, counter striker.
Mm-hmm.
I'll block and I'll throw a counter shot. So I'll go around their guard that's in a recovery position from their shot. I throw around that because I know the angles that it's going to come in and out of based on that first shot.
Right.
So people who throw flurries like Alex does, I have to really pick when I'm throwing that return shot because I might be giving 2 or 3 more. But most other fighters, they'll throw 1 or 2, in which case I'm throwing 2 or 3 already. Therefore, normally I will come out ahead from that.
All right. Well, we don't want to hold you up. We're going to see if we can get a few more people in here. But again, congratulations on getting the gold.
Thank
You know,
you.
you came in as the number 1 seed for a reason. And anyone that's up north and you see this victory, the Knights Hall, you can find them on Facebook. You can look up their website. Hell, just Google them. We're in the 21st century. Google the Knights Hall and take some classes from Mikey. So, once again, thanks for coming down.
About the classes from me, if people want me to come out and teach a longsword class, you pay for my flight, house me on a couch and feed me a little bit, I'll come do it for 1 weekend. Like, I teach every Saturday at the Knights Hall, every morning, a beginner's longsword class. I can rank up the level depending on what you guys need. You just let me know, okay? Facebook, just message me.
All right, and with that, thank you again.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Looks like it looks like a lot of the people are starting to break down. It's getting a little late out here, so it looks like yeah.
You want to?
Hey, Damien, where's Damien at? Hey, you come on over. Come on over, man. Hey, so great job over here. So we're streaming it live. You want to come in
job,
shot here, say a few words? Yeah, come on in, man. Come on in. So you are training with Josh down in D.C. at Ironhide.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you've been doing this about 6 months?
No, well, I've done this since 2014.
Okay.
I took 2 years off because I had to finish my career and some heavy stuff in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started back 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
I took up everything, the workout again 6 months ago, and it's been 2 years since my last tournament. I was really nervous in the first round.
Yeah. We saw you were a little cautious. Like you didn't want to go full in. You were very reserved.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so tight. I didn't know what I was doing. It was like, it's not like riding a bike.
Yeah, and we talk about Mikey is one of the best on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And you did not have an easy path to get here. You initially went down after fighting. No, you didn't fight Mikey. Sorry. No. But you went down in the redemption bracket, and then you fought your way back up to get back to that silver match.
Yeah.
So, how difficult was it to really maintain your gas tank and stay consistent?
Well, I was really feeling gassed when I was fighting Alex.
Right, yeah.
I think that we were both kind of the same level of tired. But I was just like, okay, let's just a few deep breath, one hit, few deep breath, and one hit, and I was just going to live with that. And he was
One step at a time.
bonkers on me.
Yeah.
He's brutal. He has a lot of strength.
Yeah.
But he kind of doesn't measure, so he gas out earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
it was it was nice. It was
yeah. So you think you're going to come back up for another tournament? Come back up to South Jersey?
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I really enjoyed fighting with Mikey.
Yeah.
He's a beast, but I know it's really enjoyable to get your ass kicked by him. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's an enjoyable place to get your ass kicked. That's our new T-shirt. So I want to thank you for coming up, man. We look forward to seeing you. And we know you're with Josh, so we're going to be hearing plenty about you.
Good job, man.
All right. So, Sam, been a good night.
I would
Been a
say
good
so.
night.
I would say so.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. If you've stayed with us this long, you the real one.
You're the real MVP.
Yeah, sorry again for a little bit of technical difficulties going throughout.
Someone's got a personal life and family and a
You know what?
fiancé and
Fuck
all
me, right?
that.
Yeah, I know. I had to go ahead and
Lame.
do that. I know, yeah.
Turned up, wasn't I?
I know, so lame. But I want to say thank you to Paul as well for being the head ref.
Yeah.
Want to thank Sam for joining me on commentary here.
It was my pleasure.
Want to thank Kraken for setting all this up. And the Moose Lodge of Lindenwold is consistently one of the best places on the East Coast to hold events. And I want to thank all of you for watching us. But this is going to be the nightlife, and we're going to go ahead and pack it in. So thank you again for watching. And tune in later this week to see a recap of this event. We're going to have a breakdown, some of the different stats, maybe even like if they're keeping track of some of the rounds, we'll get the actual round breakdowns. And we got Autumn Assault to talk about. I did not forget that. And oh boy, was that a good one. So
I got some words about Autumn Assault, but I'll keep them to myself and keep my teeth.
You know what? Maybe.
You know, I'm just going to sign out for the night. Get some.
Yeah. So Sam, any last words for the people?
No, just if you get an opportunity to come to one of these events live, take it. It's watching it on a screen is no comparison.
Yes. But we want to thank you for watching it on a screen.
We do appreciate it.
So until next time, take care, friends.
Have a good night.